I'm good. Thank you for asking, sir. I've been playing quite a few games. I've finished Yakuza Kiwami 3 the Dark Tides, sort of standalone thingy, whatever you want to call it. Which was basically the only reason why I actually bought the game. I've started the main game, but like yeah, wasn't really feeling it. It's kind of like play the game and they're like adding stuff, but changing stuff, but like yeah, I mean why? I like the story as is. It feels kind of like a sort of truncated version of the game where they're speaking through stuff because people know that stuff, and then they're adding stuff that happened off screen that you didn't see in the original game. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, but like I didn't really need you to show me that because I kind of can read between the lines. But the Dark Ties game was pretty fun. It was you got to play as Mina, which is one of the sort of main antagonists of the original game. You can kind of see where he came from and how he worked himself up into the the being a yakuza. Um, yeah, I mean it's short. It's like 3 chapters, but you have all the of course obligatory side quests, which are pretty fun. You basically they disguise them as you're an underling of one of the other yakuza bosses who's like a real dirtbag, and you have to sort of boost his reputation by doing good deeds. So basically, solving people's problems, and beating beating people up, all in the name of your boss. So to make sure that he gets a good rep, and then you have sort of these bonding moments where you can basically just progress the story basically. Yeah, pretty fun. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I mean, I'm gonna eventually finish the main game, but like I think I'll take a break from that for the time being and just focus on other stuff. In the meantime, I also finished Contra Operation Beluga, if I if that's the right, yeah, probably the latest Contra game from Konami, uh, which is a pretty uh, solid addition to the series. I mean, if you play any Contra game, you know how it plays. Um, it's pretty short, but it's fun. Yeah, and challenging. You can progress through the game. You unlock new characters. Each have their own move sets. You can unlock upgrades, and it's typical crazy shoot shoot 'em up, classic 2D shoot 'em up where you initially fight terrorists and then suddenly you move to, oh yeah, aliens. Why not? But yeah, pretty fun. And it's really setting it up for like a sequel or DLC. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about DLC, but I guess they're hoping to make more of these. So yeah, if you want to see the rest of the story, we clearly need a sequel for that. And right now I've returned to playing I think a game that Thrifty really likes, Ruiner, which is sort of a top-down, what do you call it, like yeah, shooter slasher game where you're how do I describe it? You take on missions. You have to you're basically an assassin. You have to assassinate targets, and like with the first in sort of a cyberpunky setting, like you have a mask which only has like a timer on it, and you when you fight the boss, there's a timer set for you to beat the boss, and you can extend the timer by killing enemies like minions. Um, I like and the first mission after the first mission you're somehow saved from your handler by a hacker, and then you explore a hub world where you take on missions and then go ahead and continue to slaughter. It is pretty interesting, and I think that the probably the most interesting thing is that the composer is the same composer. I think he's called Suzumi Hirasawa, who's also well known for doing the Berserk soundtrack, like I think the Forces, that the pretty sort of off kilter song, as well as the opening of Paranoia Agent. If you know, you know, and yeah, you know, it's the soundtrack is absolutely killer. Like it's nothing you've ever heard before. Like he has this really weird, you know, sort of yeah. I mean, it's hard to describe. Like it's an incredible soundtrack. So for that alone, it's worth playing. And I think they announced a sequel coming soon. I hope. So yeah, um, uh, yeah. I mean, I went through my backlog. Oh yeah, I'd never finished that one, so I decided to pick that up, and I'm probably gonna finish that before I hop onto anything else. But yeah, that's what we've been playing.
Cool. Sounds good. Morgan, how are you, ma'am? And what have you been playing?
I'm good. I hope everybody else is good. Um, this week has been like all, well, mostly all Crimson Desert, and I've come to the conclusion that that game is just not for me. Um, kept playing it, kept trying to find the fun. There were fun moments in it. You know, the combat's fun. You know, the world's beautiful. Um, the exploration of it is fun. But I just feel like if I have to consistently like watch videos about where to find shit and where to find the fun and where to find gear and where to find cool moves and where to find blueprints and where to do this, I'm like, at that point it's not fun to me anymore. Like I don't want to consistently be looking shit up because I don't, because it's not either naturally coming to me or I'm hindered in my way of having fun or beating a boss or getting past a chapter because I don't have a certain set of, armor or weapon or whatever. And I'm just like, ah, eh. Maybe I'll come back to it at another time. Obviously, with April, it's going to be packed, so it won't be like anytime soon. But, give it some time and, with all the issues that the game has right now, especially with like the controller and things. Maybe by the time I revisit it, like a lot of the um stuff that's kind of hindering my enjoyment will maybe be tweaked. And then I can come back to it. But for now, I'm just kind of like over it. Like I'm at the point where I am forcing myself to play it to kind of just find some type of fun in it. And once I start doing that with a game, yeah, I'm kind of over it. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty much done with Crimson right now. I don't think it's a terrible game, like it's a bad game or anything. It's just not for me. Like those kind of open-ended worlds that where it's the sandbox and you kind of got to make your own way and make your own fun. I keep trying to give them a try and I just keep, coming to the same conclusion that that's just not my type of game, which is fine. Not every game is meant for everybody, so that's perfectly fine. But yeah, that's kind of my assessment with Crimson Desert right now. Um, and I've also been playing Marathon, surprisingly. Will, a friend of the show, surprisingly, he gifted it to me. So thank that shout out Will. So I've been playing with him, and he's been kind of like teaching me how to play the game. It's an extraction shooter. I'm sure everybody knows what Marathon is. Never played an extraction shooter before, so this was like kind of my first time playing, and it's actually pretty fun. Like I can't lie, like it is actually fun. I'm still kind of learning the ropes. I've only played like as far as I played a bunch of matches, but I've only played like, two times as far as like the sessions go. Um I I'm trying to get my character down because we're like, it's a tough game like as far as like the PvP element goes. Um it's it's very difficult like because we're playing as like a 2v2 right now because it's just me and Will, so we're playing in other matches whether it's other groups of two. So it's all fun and games. We're exploring and like looking for stuff to obviously extract materials and upgrades and things like that. until like the other two-player team shows up. And then it gets very interesting. But I'm learning my character. Like I picked the I don't remember the character's name, but I picked like the stealth character that goes kind of invisible and is kind of like a assassin-y ninja kind of character. It's really fun, and I'm planning on playing tonight. And Henry's supposed to join us, so it's gonna be like a three team, which is like the uh what you're supposed to be playing. Really, it's like a 3v3 kind of game, so hopefully it'll work out better, because we definitely was getting our ass kicked 2v2, mostly because of me. Again, I'm a newbie, so I have been definitely a detriment to Will's team. So but he's been kind enough to be patient with me, so I appreciate that as I'm learning the game. So we're gonna play again tonight, and hopefully we'll do good. We'll extract some good shit. The lore of the game is actually really good. Like it's deep, and I really like the art, the stolen art that Bungie used for this game, and
You're really
the
selling this
kind of
game right
like,
now.
I know, right? The AI kind of background of you're being a mercenary, essentially, that is put into this kind of robotic synthetic body in order to extract materials on different planets, because I think something's wrong with Earth, so they're getting, you're sent out on a contract by these multi trillion conglomerate companies to extract materials. And different corporations are battling it out to get the best stuff, just like in real life. So you kind of working against whoever's company you're working for, you're kind of working against the other companies. It's pretty interesting lore. And the cutscenes and like the art and everything in a minute, because there are like cutscenes and stuff you get as you progress through the game. Very detailed, very uh beautiful, and kind of like that pretty kind of gross looking thing, because it's like you're watching your character get created by like these like moths. Like it's really it's really weird and ethereal, and like it's hard to explain, but the art style is definitely speaking to me with Marathon, so I like it. So hopefully it'll be something that I can stick to. It'll be that one live service game that I kind of go back to when I'm not really doing anything with single player. So yeah, hopefully this will stick with me. But yeah, as far as what else I've been playing, I've been playing. I went back to play Hades one. I wanted to do a couple more rounds and kind of get a couple different endings, because Hades two was announced for console, well, specifically PS5 and Series X. Finally, it's coming out April 14th, so I'm happy. Definitely will be playing that. So I'm kind of getting back with trying to get back familiar with the Hades gameplay, and played a little bit on my Portal with a new update with the 1080p high bit rate update. It looks really good. Like I can tell the difference between just the normal 1080p and the higher bit rate. Is definitely like the colors are definitely popping more. The details a lot better. So yeah, great update for the PS Portal. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been playing. So
When you're not playing single player games,
yeah, when I'm
which
not
is
playing single
which
player
is
games.
never. But
Shut up. There are times I'm not playing single player games, man. When I'm,
yeah, when you're
there are
asleep.
plenty of times when I'm, no, those times that I'm talking to you where I'm like, I'm in between games. I'm waiting for that next game, and I'm kind of just, rummaging through my backlog, you know?
Hmm. Which usually consists of 10,000 indie games,
Yeah.
but I believe you.
Shut
It,
up.
it, it's
All
still
right.
it's still new.
Why you always got, what, you gotta just,
Hmm.
kill my high. Like, damn.
Hmm.
Can a girl just try to add a little live service to her repertoire without being judged?
Nah, cause if
Oh,
you ain't playing in
okay.
6 months from now, that shit don't mean nothing.
Oh my God. There's a timeline to this. Okay.
Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
Okay.
I give everybody smoking the honeymoon phase.
Wow.
Uh, yes, including my best friend. She's still getting it. I give it.
You still in the
Mm-hmm.
honeymoon phase with Crimson Desert?
Uh, I mean,
Mm.
no, I'm having a ball, so
Oh, you having a ball right now. That's what you're saying.
I'm having a ball. Period. Because
Oh, okay. So
I don't
when you
have all
have a
those
ball
issues.
period, when you have a ball
Yeah, but
period, then
I
that's
know
not a
myself
honeymoon
though.
stage.
Yeah, but I know
Oh,
myself
you
though.
saying I don't know myself? You saying I don't know myself?
Nah, but
Interesting.
not
Interesting.
not when it
Interesting,
come to this
Commander.
game.
Oh, okay. Mm. Yeah, we'll
Uh-huh.
see.
Uh,
And they like trash.
Mm-hmm.
call it what you want.
It's cool.
You know that don't work on me. I know you're not even playing this game, sir. Uh,
Yes.
oh, Omar,
Wow.
sir, what have you been playing?
I finished a game called Under the Island. I was close to the end. Um, Good game. I recommend it. There's actually a demo for it on PlayStation. Um, I finished a couple of Metrovanias. Oh, a bit small on the smaller side. It's like I'm literally where normally Morgan is, in between waiting on the next big title, which is for me gonna be Saros, literally in 2 days. Can't wait for that. I actually dropped Kingdom
You're
Desert.
playing Saros in 2 days?
Yeah, it's literally in 2 days, right?
Sir,
What?
how is this one of your most anticipated games and you don't know the release date?
Time moves
I
differently for
I
Omar.
recall seeing it 30th
What?
30 of what, Omar?
March.
Of April, Omar.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god, bro.
No. He's getting an early copy.
Yo, I wish we could know. We could
No,
just let
Let
him
me
there
tell
is
know.
y'all
Just
that.
actually
let him
early
try to
copy.
boot that
No,
shit up, bruh.
legit though, there is actually early copy if you pre-order.
Omar,
You get to play.
there's no month early copy.
No, there is no, there is no month early copy. No, there isn't.
Omar's
Yes.
getting it.
Oh, Omar, bruh. This man was
Damn, Mom.
anticipating something that
Oh,
ain't even ready yet, bruh.
Damn it. Oh well.
Omar's very special.
Oh well.
Mind you, this is one of his most anticipated games of the year,
It's
guys.
not that I'm very special. It's that literally something I saw on Twitter and on YouTube
and what
actually,
and what have
and
we
it's been
told you
hyped
about
about.
that? Just check the release
Omar, you
date for
have
yourself,
yeah,
sir.
you're buying the game, so why don't you know the release date though?
You
I
really should
have
though.
yet to decide if I'm gonna go physical or digital. That's why I was literally waiting on what you call it. Tomorrow I was gonna pre-order the game.
Well, it's a good thing you waited.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait
Oh
even
my
longer
god.
because
This
I legit
man, bruh.
like
Omar, why don't you ever know
legit.
the dates of anything, man?
I've been, let's just say, occupied. Um,
For the 5 years I've known you, you've been occupied?
nah, this this month
Because
been
this is not a recent issue. This has
nah this month
always been you.
I I legit thought it, but any case, now that I know I'm 1 month ahead, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna play then. Afterwards, it's gonna be another indie game. It's not. It just there is not enough time to start Crimson Desert now. I already started
You got
it,
a
but
month. You got a month to start it. What are you talking about?
Were you
yeah,
not already playing it?
Yeah, I thought you were playing
but
it. Yeah.
I was already playing it, but I dropped it because of what you call it, a combination of game sharing with my brother and also
The storage issue,
preparing my
right?
preparing myself for Taros.
So you got a month. You're good. You can. That's plenty of time to play Criminal Desert.
Yeah, so yeah,
Mm.
This
I'm
man, this man,
gonna
this man's whole timeline messed up right now.
You trying
and
to sit here and figure out like, wait a minute, what?
shout out to Weave. He just gave me the best link to Taros.
Yeah. I'm taking
And
care of you.
okay, so it is April. Oh, fucking. Oh well.
Bro,
Oh, we love
we
Omar,
can
bro.
never get through Omar's intro without something going wrong, bro. Every time.
I literally didn't
It's like
mention all the
it's
games I
honestly a
play.
part of his signature at this point. It's like we might as well just
I'm not
wait
even
for him to
doing.
say something.
I'm not even doing it on purpose. Go away.
Oh yeah, we done.
I'm glad you weren't
I'm
looking to
actually
upgrade
Renee.
to a PS5 Pro right now because, Lord
Not
knows
gonna,
you
not
would have
gonna
missed that
lie.
window.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he'd have been like, "Oh, I
I'm,
thought they were doing the price hike next month."
I'm,
What?
Exactly.
I'm debating to do so, but
Well, you got about 3 days, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say you ain't
Or
got
4
much time
days.
to debate.
yeah. Okay, it's over. I'm done.
Oh my god, I'm so dead right now. Kate, how are you, ma'am?
First is the thumbnail. First it's the thumbnail, and then it's this.
Yeah, but
Hey,
you
this
know,
thumbnail is my fault, not my fault.
He
PC
said it's
didn't
not my
make
fault.
it happen.
he,
I
he,
literally pressed the button multiple times. It didn't work.
uh-huh.
So,
I believe you.
Listen, if we ever do merch, we really have to do a shirt that said "This wasn't my fault." Okay,
Like, I'm
and put
telling
Omar's
you.
name at the bottom. Because I
other,
swear
Mhm.
that's that man's
other players?
saying.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, that you say that at least 3 or 4 times a show, Omar. That's
It
become your
wasn't my
catchphrase at this
fault.
point.
Well, it's my fault. I admit I fucked up, but when it's not my fault, it's not my fault. My fault to do.
That
Any move
I'm a
on.
gamer, sue me.
This
Yeah,
is a gaming
exactly. I'm a
podcast.
gamer. Sue me.
Right.
Every time, man. Kay, how are you, ma'am?
Okay,
And
let's
what have you
end.
been playing?
Yeah, let's
I'm
go.
doing
Okay.
good. I'm doing good. Thank you, Omar. Thank you so much for giving me permission to go.
I hate you so much. Also, second time in a second week in a row.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
But
we're
I'm
being
doing
blessed.
good. Hell yeah, let's go for a streak. But I'm doing good. Like the other couple of days ago, I finally beat Black Myth Wukong. Cause
Hey,
like
let's go.
I had to step away. Yeah, I stepped away from the game and
Nice.
life and stuff got going, and then I was like, you know what, I need to finish this game, and I picked it back up, and you know, it was really easy to pick it back up. Like I was actually surprised. I was like, oh man, I was actually dreading it. I was like, oh man, it's gonna take me so long to get right back into it and you know, just get the rust off and kind of get back to at least somewhat to where I was when I dropped it. But luckily, it just came back to me, and it's just I think that says something for the controls and the mechanics. I think they really did a good design job on that game for it. And but I beat it. I got both endings. I got the regular ending and the secret ending. And the secret ending was amazing. That there's a little
Nice.
animation, you know, type movie type thing at the end, and it was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and I really loved it. I'm glad that I went back and got the secret ending because I was thinking, man, I don't know, I rolled the credits, I'm done. But then I was like, no, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. So I got it, and I'm so glad I did. Um, I'm debating on whether I want to do the platinum or not. So I might end up doing that, but we'll see. But other than that, that's what I've been playing.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, as for me, obviously the main thing I've been playing is Crimson Desert, um, which honestly just keeps getting better. I'm having a ball playing through a lot of the different scenarios, enjoying a lot of the characters that are being introduced into the world, into my party. Honestly, it just keeps it's the game that keeps on giving. Like I'm a big fan of the build mechanics that come into play later on as you're building up your camp. I've always loved that in my games, being able to build a base and kind of watch it expand and grow. So that's really cool. I'm a big fan of like the dispatch system that comes along with that, that they've also implemented. Like I said, the game's got a lot of systems, which is it's got a lot of systems and a lot of complexities, and it's got a lot of people feeling daunted with the game, which is understandable. Not me, because I'm built different, but
Uh huh.
uh,
Right.
yeah.
All right. All right. What he he means
Uh-huh.
by that is he is a Bethesda fan, so he's used to subpar. So this is nothing new. He can stomach
He,
this because this is the
he
type of game
mhm.
that he plays regularly, right? These are the type of games he praises, those with like lack of story or just a trash story. So he's perfectly fine. This is his home with this Crimson Desert. Okay, so that's what he meant.
ain't nobody paying that comment no mind. Bethesda done sold 200 million copies. We already know what it is.
Yeah, 200 million idiots. Oh yeah.
Uh huh. But yeah, like I said, the combat is phenomenal. The depth is crazy. There's so many things that honestly most people are not even doing. Within the technicalities of the combat. Um, like yeah, everybody's seen them the suplexes, the RKOs, all the wrestling moves and stuff. But all that stuff has a purpose. In the way the combo techniques work within the game. So I've been getting more into the advancement of stuff like that. And then the echo system, which basically extends your combos. Honestly, it's just they've done a phenomenal job um, with the combat. It's just incredible. I'm enjoying it even further as start to get into the abyss system, which again is like I said, understandably, something where I feel like they could benefit. If for some of the quality of life changes, um, explaining more so how some of that stuff works, because I know that's a big point of confusion for people. A lot of people are putting, um, you know, sockets into gear that doesn't work the way that they think. Um, so on your armor and things of that nature, you don't want to put attack gems and stuff like that, unless you are specifically building for basically using your fist exclusively, because that stuff only applies to like your arms or your feet if you put it on your hands and stuff like that. So this stuff has definitely got a lot of people
See?
confused.
See, it's their lack of explaining anything and just expecting everybody to learn it just cause is one of the main issues. It's like the only way everybody's learning stuff is somebody else that did it, and they're all watching YouTube videos. Another Elden Ring style situation, which I am not a fan of.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, it's not much different for me because I do that for anything I want. I don't have time. I always tell people when it comes to puzzles and stuff, I'm not doing it. I'm looking it up. I'm getting past it. I don't like puzzles. I don't make no exceptions for that. So the puzzles in this game don't bother me because when I get to one, I'm gonna look it up immediately. I know I don't care if you think that's fun or not. You can kick rocks. So 'cause everybody always likes to be like, well, oh my god, that's like the point. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what the point is for you. Anyway, um, but yeah, so again, like I said, that's why that's not a point of contention for me. But I do agree that like there it does seem kind of unnecessary at some points. Like I had like I said, as much as I'm loving the game, yeah, it's not perfect. Like Morgan was saying, I do believe they need to, you know, kind of flesh out the explanations for a lot of this stuff, just to make it more clear, or create systems within the menu system while you're viewing this stuff to make it more clear. Um, a lot of people, like I said, just had no idea that this doesn't affect this if you put it here, or that doesn't affect that. So again, like the systems that are in place work, right? It's not to be stated that they don't work. It's almost overly complex. Again, something I tend to like, but everybody doesn't like that. And if you're going to create an overly complex system, that usually comes with a decent set of explanation. So, I get that as well. Um, and yeah, the way that some of the things are gated in the game definitely needs to, I think, move around in the story a little bit. I think the fact that you depend on abyss gear for your strength considerably until you get a decent amount of skills, and even then, your skills increase exponentially by your abyss gear. That some of that stuff needs to be gated a little bit differently. It needs to be introduced a little more early in the story and explained better. So yeah, I mean, they got a lot of work ahead of them for some quality of life changes and things of that nature. Morgan is not the only person I know that has dropped the game due to its daunting nature, or where people have stated it feels aimless. There's several people or mutuals that I'm cool with on Twitter that have also stated that they're not going to continue it, and they've all given the game plenty of time, right? you know when you know. Most of them have given at least 20 hours. I know one of the other guys I talked to, he had played for 39 hours. Um, Again, like I had that point in the game, when I was not really sure exactly what to do. Um, and that, I mean, now I'm well beyond that problem. But I knew that for me and what I wanted to do was just the fact that I wasn't there yet, and how to get there is how I had to decide, how to get through that process. But yeah, the game itself graphically is unbelievably beautiful. Um, as far as what I'm playing on PlayStation 5 Pro. That's my main playthrough, and then I've also played the game on PC, which, uh, yeah, it's just ridiculous when you can max that out. So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm really really enjoying it. Um, it's really hard to state how it is and how much the game has a potential to evolve and get to a better state. Um, but yeah, I have some other stuff that I find interesting about certain people that don't uh, like like this game or find it aimless because some of their favorite one of their favorite games of last year was like that. So I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like it's just weird how some people like really similar games but don't like this one. And honestly, anybody who likes Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, I don't even want to hear that shit from them. Because that is like the most aimless shit on the planet. Uh, Besides, running, has people running straight to Ganon as soon as they drop in the world and going to kill them. So that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, the list of things good and questionable with this game are definitely endless right now. The conversation is all over the place. I've had tons of people message me to ask me about the game because to try and cut through the noise. But yeah, ultimately you got to know yourself. Whether or not you're enjoying it or that you think you will, or you want to wait for patches. More people want to wait for some patches. I'm personally not doing that. It has always served me best to play the games that I like early on, because usually there's something that changes later that pisses me off, and then I'm like, yep, see, I waited, and now they cut that system out that I really liked, and then it just makes me just pissed off. So there's that as well. So I'll rather always play my games day one. That includes Cyberpunk. That includes No Man's Sky. Like it has always benefited me to be day one on the games that I like because I know what I like. Um, I've also been playing Monster Hunter Stories 3. I feel like that needs no explanation. It's a turn-based RPG. You guys have seen it or you haven't. And if you haven't, you have no interest in it. But yeah, I'm having a ball on that, enjoying that as well. And then, I started up Screamer the other night, which is an arcade racing game. I'm really only interested in playing through the campaign on that just to see how it is. On PC, at least, it looks ridiculous. I don't know how it looks on console because, I mean, I really don't care about comparisons because I'm only going to play it on PC. But screenshots that I've seen on it from other people playing it on PC, it looks crazy. Um, you see the raindrops on the cars. Like, I mean, honestly, this wasn't even a game where I expected it to look graphically impressive, and there are definitely instances when it does. I know Nelson picked it up. I'm pretty sure Will picked it up from what I remember. I don't know how far they got. I'm not very far. Like I said, I just barely started it up the other night just to check it out. Um, and yeah, I'm somewhere in there. I'm playing a couple other titles, but it's neither here nor there. There's just a lot to play right now. And then, like we said, April's got plenty more that's coming, so I'm excited for all of it. But with that, we're gonna jump straight into the big and major conversation. Obviously, um, PlayStation announcing finally the PlayStation 5 PlayStation lineup price hike for their PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro, and they also snuck in a price hike for the PlayStation Portal, which was pretty funny. Personally, I think that's crazy. I don't think they should raise the price of the Portal. I really don't understand the reason for that. I thought that was a weird thing to just toss in there, because the components in that aren't really changing. So yeah, I'm not really sure where PlayStation's going with that one. Um, but yeah, you've got the changeover from PlayStation where we're looking at it's a ridiculous price hike for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Um, right now, obviously the PS5 you can get for as low as like $399 in some places, and $449 for the disc version. I texted several people who I know were on the fence, who were waiting, like, yeah, you better get this done this weekend. Clearly, a ton of people are, acting on Twitter as well. The amount of people going crazy on there are making sure they're picking up their pros. I don't know why people on there giving financial advice though. Like somebody was like, "Oh my god, like if you don't have it, don't go out and get a PS5 Pro just because you're afraid the price will go up." And I'm like, who are you? Like somebody's accountant? Like obviously, if you don't have the money, you're not gonna materialize it out of nowhere. Like a lot of people were clearly, like we stated, just waiting because they wanted to get it. They wanted to wait for whatever reason, despite having the money until GTA 6 dropped or Wolverine dropped or whatever. Like people are waiting for a number of reasons, and the reason is not always because they don't have the money. Some people are just like that, and it takes, a scare like that to get people, off their ass, and basically finally make that purchase. Whether you're gonna play it this weekend or 2 months from now, it doesn't matter. Um, so yeah, thankfully a lot of people are paying attention. Saw a ton of people trading in their consoles. Yeah, it's interesting. Anybody who doesn't really understand the thing, that's probably the thing that's annoying the most. It's like a lot of people are not really understanding the hike. But just to give some context to some of this stuff, so the PS5 Pro has a 2 terabyte M.2 in it, internal. The To give you an idea of the difference in that right now, especially for the one that runs around the speed that the PlayStation 5 Pro one does, or PlayStation 5 in general. The 2 terabyte models for those used to go for, I mean, you can get them for about, probably 130 on sale, 150, 160 on a bad day, depending on if you go for the really, really high end models, maybe 180. And now, most of those have gone up and they're sitting about 380 to 400 plus dollars for a 2 terabyte, which is crazy because the 4 terabyte model that I have, me and Morgan have the same model. That specific one is now almost $800, and that's a 4 terabyte. Uh, so yeah, and the 990 Pro and all that other stuff, 4 terabytes, like on sale, they're like 500 and something dollars. So yeah, things are out of control right now, and a lot of people have a misconception thinking that business to business relationships means that they don't have to deal with price hikes, which is a lie. This has been stated several times from multiple sources, in the tech world, stating that renegotiations and a bunch of other things are happening. Unprecedented price hikes in the business to business relationship have been occurring because of, this is a supply constraint issue. They can't magically, just get around this. This isn't like a slight hike or tariffs. Like it's literally a supply constraint, and versus supply and demand. And you've got AI companies paying exorbitant prices for these components and locking things up for extended periods of time. These wafers that are both used on M.2s and as well as RAM, obviously, and RAM is also another component that is on these systems. So a lot of those two things combined have increased exponentially, and that's why it seems crazy and it seems exorbitant, the price hikes. But honestly, it's probably the best they could manage, which is kind of obvious why it sits right next to the Xbox price hikes, right? The 2 terabyte model being next to the PS5 Pro, the PS5 Pro being $50, more expensive, but it also offers obviously a superior experience plus that 2 terabyte SSD. And then you've got the respective disc-based console being $650 and $599 respectively. So yeah, just context for people who don't really understand all the component stuff that's going on. I know at one point people thought, and kind of had said on Twitter a lot of back and forth that, PlayStation's not going to be affected. And yeah, PlayStation was not going to be affected until their backstock ran out, which PlayStation actually made very clear at one point, when they stated they thought they had enough for for a decent amount of time. but a lot of people have been buying them. I think they may have even personally underestimated their the speed of the sales potential of the PlayStation, and I'm sure this announcement has increased that probably tenfold for both the PlayStation 5 Slim and PS5 Pro respectively. But Morgan, you talked a lot about this. You've commented on it on Twitter. How are you feeling in respect to the PlayStation 5 price hike, ma'am?
Well, damn. I mean, you said everything. You gave a complete synopsis there, sir.
Well, I mean, I had to set
Um,
up the hardware because a lot of people seem lost.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for that. Um,
Hmm.
Basically, yeah. I mean, personally, I mean, it doesn't affect me. I already have my PS5, my PS5 Pro, and my Portal, so I mean, personally, I'm okay. But I feel, a
She said that
little
sounds like a
selfish, but I
them
mean,
problem.
that's not my problem. But because I make sure to get the shit when I want the shit. But the thing, I do feel bad for people who haven't secured a Pro. I honestly don't feel bad for people who haven't adopted a PS5 because my God, it has been 6 years of this generation, and you are still holding out, and you're still running on like a PS4 or Xbox One or whatever. How? Why? It sounds like you're not really even that serious about gaming anyway. If you've been playing on a PS4 for this long, I don't think you would. Why I don't understand why you would care because it just seems like you're the type of person to be on, you know, the last generation of hardware until the next gen comes out, and then you kind of upgrade from there. Like I know people like that. I know people who will rock a PS4 the entire generation and then get a PS5 when the PS6 comes out.
Yeah,
They
that
just
is a
stick with like the
really
last
weird
one.
behavior to me. I could,
Yeah, I can
good
never
God.
do that. Good that's great for you. Absolutely the fuck not. As soon as PS5 launched, I kicked my PS4 the fuck out. Like, the bitch got evicted immediately. Um, but yeah, it's like I see people who are like still, like I said, still on PS4, like, oh man, what PS5 going up? I'm like, it has been on sale multiple times at this point for like 320, 399. I'm like, if you really wanted it, like Black Friday crazy sales, if you really, really wanted it, you would have got it already, bro. Like there's been plenty of moments because people keep acting like it's been over 500 over $500 the entire generation. There hasn't been any sales, and there's been plenty of sales. So I'm just like, why have you waited to this point to get it? Like, bro, I get it. The economy is crazy, money's tight, but damn, you couldn't save like a couple bucks a day to like get this. Like, you would have raised the money by now. But yeah, it sucks. I see people, like you said, like blaming PlayStation for this, and I'm just like, they held off as long as they could. They were the ones who had the stock for the chips that where they were, set for like I think it was like 6 or 7 months for PS5s during the initial announcement of like the tariffs and things like that. They were trying to stave off, raising prices and keeping them down because they're fully aware. Look, PlayStation and even Xbox, they're fully aware who their, consumer bases. They're selling to people who don't really want to put that type of money into gaming, people who are looking for an entryway into gaming, people who are looking for a way to get into it without having to spend thousands of dollars on PC, right? This is something for the average consumer to be able to purchase that's like not a damn down payment on a brand new Mercedes Benz, right? Like that's what people are looking for when they come into console. So I don't think PlayStation or Xbox really want to charge people this amount of money because they are fully aware that this is going to impede sales for their devices, and they need, especially PlayStation, they need people to buy their consoles because their real moneymaker is in their services and the games, which you can't access unless you have the console. So yeah, I think they're fully aware of the negative effects this is going to have, but at the end of the day, like heard people saying, Sony should eat it. They should eat it. I'm like, I mean, they could maybe, but
I
even
don't
if they,
think people understand what they're talking like this isn't like a baby
yeah,
price that they'd be eating where they're losing 20 to 50 bucks on a console.
yeah,
They'd be losing like 200 to 300 per console. That's not happening.
yeah, and I'm like, even if the head of PlayStation were to be like, all right, we're just going to eat the cost, like the shareholders are not going to go with that. Okay. They might let that shit slide for a minute, but whoever decides to just let Sony not make make the profit that they're used to and not make that money back on the consoles, they're just going to get axed and they're going to put somebody in charge who will do it. Like, there's no like, oh, be the hero out here. Nobody's going to be the hero because at the end of the day, the shareholders are the people in charge and they don't want their end to their pockets going down, right? Like, they're like, absolutely not. This is costing us more, so you need to charge them more, because if you don't, we'll put somebody in charge who will. Right. So it's just like, that's just how, unfortunately, the way the economy is looking right now, with this stupid fucking AI, which is why I continuously hate on this AI quote unquote advancement, tariffs, this, fucking administration. All right. Everything that's going on, even the war in Iran, which is causing the gas prices to go, which is, causing, which is also affecting uh the chips and the RAM, because you have to pay for the gas and oil to bring that shit over here. So that's affecting that too. So
Yeah,
all of this
I heard
is a
UPS is gonna
domino
start
effect.
charging a premium on deliveries because gas is so
That's my
crazy.
point. All
Yeah,
of this shit
it's getting crazy.
is a ripple effect of this administration, and this is why the console prices aren't going down like they usually do, right? Because at this point in the generation, if this was a normal console generation, we'd probably be down to like $300 for a PS5, and like 400 or 500, the launch price of PS5 would be the cost of the PS5 Pro at this point. Like, we would be at those prices, where then the next generation we'd probably be looking at like a $600 console. But the crazy thing is, it's like, with the increased prices, with the overuse of AI, which it looks like it's hopefully going down, because a lot of these companies aren't seeing the return on investment that they put in with this AI. I was jumping for joy when I saw a lot of these companies are like, they're stopping. I think Sora was stopping their video division for their AI, and a lot of AI companies are going down because they're realizing that the people that are using their AI are only using like the free shit. Nobody's paying like the $100 and $200 a year subscription to use the ultimate AI edition shit. Like, the majority of people aren't doing that. They're using the free shit, and that's cutting into their money because they're investing a lot, billions of dollars into this AI, and they're not seeing that money return. Which is why you see Nvidia trying to force AI onto us with their fucking their damn DLSS 5.1 or whatever the fuck. That's why.
You mean the Giga Chad
Nobody's
filter?
the Giga Chad filter, because nobody's using the shit. So now they're trying to force people to use the shit. Like, oh man, maybe if we get them and they'll see how great it is, they'll want to. No, fuck that shit. Let that shit fucking die. Okay, it needs to die. This is why it's so important. The AI needs to fucking die. Look what it's doing, man. And like, this is the shit that's pissing me off, because I'm just like, this is gone. Like, I need this to. I need the trickle down effect to go into effect. I need this shit to slow down so that this isn't a problem in 2027, 2028. Like, I know people are worried about how next gen prices are gonna look. They're like, oh my god, the PS6 is gonna be $1,000. But if this shit were to die, and if this administration were to get their shit together, God willing, we could see a healing process happening with gaming, right? Where the consoles would once again be in the console range of prices. But again, it's all going to depend on how this chip shortage goes, how this war goes, and it is a war, how this with the RAM and the SSD cards, like how all of that, how AI pans out, it's all going to be affecting on that. So you can't, at this point, it's not a this is going to happen, or this or next gen PS6 is going to be $1,000. There's no is. It's honestly depending on how all this shit plays out. So we don't know yet how this shit is going to play out, right? It could absolutely be a reality where the PS6 is like $800-900, but it also could be a reality where it's six. We just have to really see what's going to happen in the next couple years, right? And that's why I'm not mad at the idea of PlayStation possibly, it's nothing's confirmed, but I'm not upset at the idea of PlayStation possibly delaying the PS6 till like 2028 or 2029 or whatever. Because I'm like, at this point, if they're trying to wait it out and wait until the material that they want to put in the console is affordable for their consumers, that sounds like a good fucking idea to me. Do it. Like, wait it out. Like, wait this shit out and wait until it's affordable so that you can get it out there to the masses. I mean, if people want to get more out of their PS5, there's already a mid-gen refresh called the PS5 Pro with the PSSR 2.0 update. It's running amazing. It's doing great things with the game. And Mark Cerny came out on Digital Foundry and he was talking about the fact that they're going to be adding like what was it, frame generation to PSSR at some point. Not this year, I don't think, but it's coming, soon apparently. So they're continuously updating PSSR, so PS5 Pro will still be relevant in the next year or two. So it's like, they have that upgrade if you want it, but if you're trying to stave off and wait until prices go down of components go down for next generation, then yeah, wait it out. See if you can wait it out. Hopefully this trend of AI will fucking die and we can go back to components of consoles and PCs going back to what we know and love, right? But yeah, this absolutely sucks. I always know that there's gonna be a bad announcement from PlayStation when they do that little. PlayStation has an announcement with the little PlayStation logo. I'm like, oh my god, what are we about to see, PlayStation? Because they never want to just tweet it. They always just say PlayStation has an announcement or some shit like that, and then like it's like a blog post, and I'm like, oh god. But yeah, we've been getting nothing but great news so far. So I was like, bro, something has to end this streak because it was like back to back good news. Like, oh, PSSR, oh, PS Portal bitrate update. Oh, look at this. Look at all these games they're gonna get upgraded with PSSR 2.0. And like, it was just like back to back, like, oh, look, here comes these games like Starfield and Xbox games coming to PlayStation. It was just too much good news going on. So I was like, man, something's gonna kill this streak immediately.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
did.
we
You did.
saw
You
it.
did call that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully this will be the last of this generation where we see any increases for these consoles. Because my God, if they go up any higher, like I think the generation will just be done. Like people will just be like, all right. Like of course there'll still be people who buy, but I think like the mass majority, that last little bit that was kind of holding off, they'll just be like, fuck it. Um, yeah, and like again, this isn't a good scenario for PlayStation because they are fully aware that their consumer base, the people that they're trying to sell to, aren't people who are trying to buy, $800-900 console. That's not what people want out of PlayStation.
Exactly.
So I think they're working to get it hopefully back into a relatively good price at some point. Hopefully they'll have some good Black Friday sales. I know if PlayStation was smart, they would, because at that point, it'd be Black Friday
GTA.
before GTA 6 launches. Yeah, GTA
Yeah.
6 launches. So it's like Black Friday in November, like the week or two before GTA. Here's the PS5 on sale, right? And it's like Xbox is completely like done with Black Friday. They're not even
Yeah.
doing
They don't even
Black
do it.
Friday sales. So it would be a good time because if you don't want to get it now, I guess I would personally wait until Black Friday to see what the sales might be for PlayStation, because at that point it might be cheaper than the Series X. Maybe they'll go down like 600 or 550 or something for a base PS5 with the disk drive. So just keep your eye out if you're still kind of holding out. And then obviously the PS5 Pro as well will probably go back to like original price or something. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day though, price hikes suck ass. And I'm just like, I wish they were able to stave it off, but the way all of these mitigating factors are hitting them, like it's not just one thing, it's so many different things that are hitting them at this point. It's
Exactly.
just like we all knew this was gonna happen. And I know PS Plus is probably gonna go up too soon. At some point this year. I expect the increase in PS Plus as well. To make up
Yeah.
probably for the loss in hardware sales they're gonna see. They're gonna try to make it up on the back end with PS Plus being raised. So yeah, we will see how this ends. But yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. It's a lot of circumstances, and people are just acting like this is a normal thing. I've seen comments where people are just like, "Oh, well, PlayStation's just greedy." Like, and I'm like, "Are you for real right now? Like, are we really that blind about the current state of economic circumstances in like several sectors. Like, come on, let's not be obtuse here. But yeah, I don't really expect much more from people on Twitter. Um, Joe, it is what it is. Weeb, how are you feeling about this whole thing, sir?
I mean, I got my pro, so I'm good.
That is a perfect answer.
Thanks.
I mean, the lesson from this is, you know, you know, buy day one. Like, don't wait because it's no longer like the previous generation. It's not gonna go down in prices. It's only gonna go up. So I mean, I saw somebody tweeting this, and I agree. Like that PS5 Pro is looking like a sound investment right now because when we bought it, like we got it, at bottom prices, and now it's worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the same reason. Like, I mean, I know you guys we like I just barely managed to get my utilities bill, my energy contract fixed because I was like beginning of the year it's like, oh yeah, no, it's pretty low, like it's going went back down like pretty much before the whole Ukraine war started because we in Europe we're very dependent on Russian gas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sure, let's keep it floating. I'm don't really need to fix it. And then your
Our
brilliant
great
president
administration. Yeah.
decide, oh yeah, let's start a war with Iran because they surely will never close that Strait of Hormuz and raise energy prices all around the globe. Yeah, that exactly happened. And I was just in time to fix my contract because otherwise I would be probably paying double or whatever.
Wow. Yeah,
So
I'm glad you got that straight.
exactly. So I mean, same thing. You got to be there on time. Like if you really want it, just get it. Um, I think that's the lesson learned. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't guarantee. I mean, I don't know how long does he still have? So I mean, there's still
Too
plenty of
damn long.
wars he can start. So
Yeah.
I would probably bite the bullet. If you're still inclined to buy it, and otherwise, guys wait for the PS6. And I mean, that's kind of the same thing. Like if the PS6 is gonna be just straight up, a next gen console, which we all expect it to be. Yeah, just get day one. Don't wait. Because I mean, what the generation has shown us, like, there's no guarantees that you're gonna, waiting is gonna be rewarded with discounts or cheaper prices or whatever. You know, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to benefit from having the best performance on console, and especially now PlayStation seem double downing on their exclusives and no longer going for the PC release strategy. Yeah, I mean you need a fucking PlayStation. That's the thing. Like if you want to play all the games, that's what you need. And if you want to play those greatness games from PlayStation first party studios, you got to get your PS5, PS5 Pro, PS6 in the future, and don't wait. I think that's the lesson. And yeah, sure, sucks, but I mean, suck. Like you had your chance. I
Absolutely.
mean,
Several times it's been on sale for like 649.
uh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it with the entire generation. We've seen the prices increasing over and over. Like, what did you expect? Did you really think the PS? Like, I think people who are thinking, oh yeah, the Pro is gonna, nobody's gonna want this, so I'm just gonna wait until that's gonna drop in price. Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
I
saw
have a
that PSSR 2 update and say, wait, hold up, what?
I love yeah. That's
Huh?
yeah. Suddenly it's the high demand, and then we know
I've
what
seen
happened.
so many people getting that pro now, like especially after this announcement for the price hike. I can't. I've literally up and down my timeline. People are like, "Oh, I'm not paying $900 for this," and they all going out to get it. Like this shit is crazy. I'm like, damn, y'all were just sitting on that money, huh?
Yeah, I mean
Yep.
it's honestly been like 10 to 1, like 10 PS5 Pros to like 1 PS5 Slim. Like so the Slims are going too, but like like you said, it's like everybody else is getting the Pro. Like it's
Yeah.
as they should have. Like I still don't understand what took people so long. If you were sitting on it and you were waiting anyway, and you definitely wanted one at 649, like I don't know why you didn't
Yeah,
jump
I
then.
can understand not wanting one because if you're you're cool with your PS5, that's perfectly fine. But it's the people who are like that were kind of on the fence, like I think I'm going to get it, but let me wait. And I'm like, don't wait. The prices are going up, bro,
We
not down.
keep
Don't wait.
keep warning
Yeah, that
people, gang.
Um,
that's what you
yeah,
get for listen to YouTubers and like, oh yeah, no, I can build a PC, with like
mhm.
secondhand parts, for the same price. Yeah, 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 sure, sure.
Wario tweeted out the other day about a deal for to get a PS5 Pro for like 700 for if you buying it from like Verizon or something. And I was like, oh shit, that's a crazy deal. That shit went out so quick though. He retweeted it after the price hike announcement and said, yeah, don't ever tell me that this ain't a good deal, bitch.
Yep,
I was
yep,
just like, yeah, exactly, Wario, exactly. He said, y'all tried to shit on me. I tried to tell y'all.
Mm-hmm.
yep, yep, yeah. So yeah, no, yeah, well, I'm good. I mean, the only thing you can you consider is getting a second one as a spare or whatever, for prices even increase even
Oh
more.
yeah. I seen people say they want to get it before they increase and kind of flip it to make a profit.
Uh,
I was like, y'all terrible. Y'all terrible.
I mean, honestly, that usually doesn't work as well as people think it will. Um,
Yo, people said
unless
that
yeah,
the original scalpers, people who were scalping the
they showing
PS5
back
at
up.
launch, they're finally gonna get vindication because now they can actually make money on their PS5s because they could just sell it and get a profit back now since PS5s are expensive. So
Yeah,
I was laughing at that. I was like, damn. I hope they what I was like, I wonder if those scalpers still have the stock or if they kind of sold it
sitting
off
in a
like when they
warehouse
did like
somewhere.
I mean they're probably gonna they're like, motherfucker, I should have waited. Like,
Yep. Damn it.
yeah. I mean, fuck scalpers. There's a special place in hell for you guys, but whatever.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, no, what Hero said as well is that because this is funny because the exact opposite was stated, of course, by the Xbox mouthpiece known as Paris. People are gonna fight me on this, and they're gonna yell at me and stuff, but I think this is a perfect example of PlayStation needing to reconsider their strategy on PC and go day one. And like
Hmm.
Hero said in the chat, he said the end of the PC ports is starting to make more sense. And I'm like, yes, because like you need to pull back on all this extra cost and all this nonsense that's ultimately not doing you any good and decreasing the value of your product and increase the value in your product. Because
Yeah, he
the
said put them
rumor,
games day one. I was like, absolutely the
yeah,
fuck not. So what PlayStation sales can go down like
even
Xbox
more.
went down?
Exactly.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like that. I was like, that literally is the opposite of what they should be doing. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, if anything, the effect of the rumor before the report was even substantiated already had people running out to get a PS5 or a PS5 Pro. Then the price hike had more people running out to get one before the price hike goes up. That grace period was beautiful, by the way. Because shout out to them because they definitely could have just raised the price overnight because Xbox definitely did that.
Hmm.
So yeah,
They don't care anymore.
yeah, they just didn't care. They were like, no one's buying them anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that grace period was nice. Like I'm gonna give it to PlayStation on that one. That was like I know it's not very long, but hey, it's enough days, bro. I could have made it happen if I had to. I could have made it happen. I could have hustled.
So
You,
listen, we told you on a Friday it's payday. You be all right.
yeah, like you better go
We
out there
told
and
you,
Uber and make that money. You know what I'm saying? Like
yo.
you know what I'm saying? DoorDash or something.
But Don
Like
Matrick say y'all need to get a second job out here if y'all want some costs.
yeah, hurry up. You better put it
We
on,
got the console for you.
yeah, they got PayPal pay later. You better figure it out. Like
Oh yeah, I
like
saw PlayStation partnered with the that that cash pay later company where you can
yeah.
like make monthly payments on your consoles. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, like I
What
said,
did we come to that we're making monthly installments on consoles right now? Shit
hey, look,
crazy.
if you ain't got it whole, but you can afford the payments, you know what I'm saying? It's better than Rent a Center because Rent a Center gonna charge you about $2,000 for a PS5 by the time you done.
Yeah, the
I,
interest rate crazy.
yeah, insane. I remember I got on my friend about doing that one time. I could not believe she got her PS4 Pro from Rent a Center, and by the time she was done, it was like $800 or $900. I was so mad at her. But yeah, like I said, there's plenty of options out here if you really want one. I'm interested to see if PlayStation's going to shortly report the 100 million sales mark. Or like how long is it going to take to hit that now? Because honestly, if they don't hit it before this price hike, like I don't think it's going to happen until GTA, or unless Wolverine reviews it like a 97 or something crazy. So, or in fact, they could have some summer sales and stuff like that. I think if it goes back down to like $4.99 or something, summer sales and things of that nature. We usually get July 4th sales and stuff like that out here. But yeah, people are gonna have to be really watching this stuff to get ready to make a move. My one friend that was waiting to get a PS5, he had just messaged me like the day before, and then I had to text him back and be like, yeah, so about that PS5, you might want to do that tomorrow, like expeditiously. I was like, I don't know if you got to open a Capital One card with 0% financing or whatever you got to do, but I advise you to get it now. So yeah.
Well, or if you still want to stick to PC, apparently the RAM prices took a nosedive today. So take
Oh
your
yeah.
chance.
The only way this
Oh,
person is
shit.
operating a PC is for spreadsheets at work. Like he can't use a PC to save his life. He wants to play NBA 2K and Call of Duty. That is the type of person he is when it comes to gaming. That's why he waited this long, because it's just a device to have. But now he's really wanting one, so yeah, he's got to make that move. But yeah, I did see the report on RAM prices going down, but they obviously need to go down a lot more.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true.
yeah, because it's not it's not just the RAM, of course. It's also the SSDs, and it's just a lot of stuff. I mean, hopefully they continue to decline, and that's the hope. And Microsoft, I know, announced a big failure for them and their AI endeavors. It was supposed to be the next big thing, right? And now Satya and all them are panicking because no
Watch it
one's
burn.
adopting it. Yeah, exactly. And like, I mean, screw them.
Why are
We
you guys
told them. We
calling
tried
it
to tell
AI
them.
slap? It's
Yeah,
not
like
slap.
we tried to tell them like this is the biggest like you guys don't have phones moment again like I've ever seen. Like they're just yeah, you guys don't have phones. Like
Oh,
you guys don't like AI. Like
Wait, you don't like mobile games? What?
yeah, like like I feel like this is that moment for like multiple companies. Like you said, the open AI right now, they're literally just bleeding money. Microsoft has invested billions, into AI only to see it not take place and then basically try to shoehorn it and force it into Outlook and all these other places to try and basically look like the adoption rate is high, but no one's using it. He even admitted if it doesn't start to do something useful, they're basically gonna lose the narrative and no one's gonna want it. Um, and like you said, the video stuff even less so. People were curious about it at first. They might have paid for it for a moment to do one or two stupid videos, and then they circulate. But other than that, like people are not keeping those. They're not paying that constantly to just make these stupid videos. Like it's just not gonna happen. So yeah, I mean, shout out to that because that is obviously the big elephant in the room about why all these prices are going up and things of that nature. And I do know that the big three for RAM, Micron, SK Hynix, and Omar, your sound is coming through your TV or something. You're like singing or something. Um, but yeah, SK Hynix and Samsung have all stated, they're reconsidering expansions because they were all ramping up pretty heavily to meet demand in order to try and basically slow down this craziness or deal with it accordingly to balance out the market. And now they are not thinking
Yeah.
that it's going to last as long. So now they're
It reminds me
reconsidering
of
expansion.
the gaming bubble that kind of exploded during COVID, and all the publishers thought, man, this is great, gaming's gonna explode. And they started doing the hiring spree of getting so many developers because they're like, oh my God, the demand for gaming is so high. We're selling consoles like crazy.
Hmm.
And then COVID ended, and then they had to do the mass firing spree because now they have all these people and the demand wasn't meeting the output anymore. So it kind of reminds me of that happening again with this, which is a good thing to me, at least in this situation.
Oh yeah, it's a great thing in this situation, and you're right. That is exactly what it's like. It reminds me of the hiring sprees for not only that, but just companies in general. I remember Priscilla was watching something and it was explaining this one woman got hired to be like a recruiter in Cali, and she was making like 230 grand a year. And she said all she did was sit in Zoom meetings for like 3 years before they eventually, all that COVID funding, started running out, and then they were like, all right, why do we have all these useless people on payroll? And I was like, so you collected basically 600K in salary for basically doing nothing but showing up. I was like, that was insane, and working remotely at that. But yeah, like you said, hopefully it just continues to decline. It's balancing out that bubble. It looks like it's definitely bursting. Um, there's obviously some good things for it, but the stuff that has been good with AI so far doesn't require all these data centers and all this other nonsense, and that's the good thing. And that's the other thing with Google has also apparently announced something where a new compression algorithm that um, basically makes RAM requirements for AI sit up to 6 times less. So apparently that's also having an effect where they're like, oh snap, like they're gonna need less RAM. So that's another panic. So you got so many factors going on in the market that's just wild. But yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. But yeah, this has definitely never happened. This combination of things has definitely never happened in this way in our lifetime. So a lot of people, are confused, about why some of this stuff is happening still. But yeah, I think we made it pretty clear there. Kay, how are you feeling about all this? I know you're pretty good with where you are. So, how are you feeling about hearing about these price hikes and stuff like that? And you're just like, hey, look, sucks to sucks. I got mines.
I mean, yes, there's really not too much more to say after, you and Morgan. So,
Oh,
but
so you just fell victim to Morgan taking control over.
Sorry.
but you know what?
I guess I don't count.
But I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Let the people who are way more upset or have a more passion, let them talk what they need to get off their chest. That's how I see it as. So,
Okay.
but yeah, no, like I never upgraded to the PS5 Pro, and I won't, but that's because it's an individual thing for me. I'm a truck driver, and so like my TV is only limited to like 1080 60 hertz, which is good enough for me. And and so I'm on the road most of the time, so I'm gonna be limited to those parameters. So um I'm okay with like I have my day one PS5, and then because I bought that and then I got that to keep at the house, and then I got the one on the truck for me, which was also one of the earlier models. It was within that same year that it came out, and I'm absolutely happy with it. I don't feel like I want to. I'm good with not switching to the Slim either. The
I'm
Slim would
with
be
you.
nice, but I'm okay.
Mm,
I'm gonna
I'm
ask you a
my
okay.
question
truck
about
edition. Let's
that.
go.
Um,
You know.
and this is just my fear. What if your PS5 got this what you call it, stop working? Do you
Why
buy?
you trying to
Well,
jinx it, bro? Damn.
well. Then I have another one, and I'm just gonna have to tell the family, womp womp. I'm taking it on the truck with me.
Yeah, I was like, Kay's got a
Okay.
backup, so
Okay, so you have an advantage. To me, it's because I was a day one as well, not per se day one, but like I'm old generation as well, and
let's be real.
my
Omar is concerned because he has 12,000 hours in his.
also yeah.
His
So
PS5 don't get a break.
For me, it's like, what is now better? Do I buy a Pro while waiting for the PS6, or wait on the PS6 and hope just the Pro, I mean, my PS5 doesn't get destroyed?
I know, knowing you and your accident prone self, who knows? Like you
Me
tripping
and
over
my luck.
cords and shit.
Back to you, okay? My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm used to it. But I like personally, and I think this is definitely a more personal choice. You know, go out and go get it now. Definitely. If you can't afford it, go do it. Cause things are not gonna go cheaper from here until maybe the next generation, as in like the base prices. You know,
Yeah, we're
like
gonna be
everything's
dealing with
just
this
gonna
at
go up.
least till like early to mid 2027.
Yeah, and yeah. So I'm happy, but the people that aren't happy, then go do the switch. I mean, if you can, and if you haven't got one by now, like Morgan said, it's been more than 5 years, right? So like
Yeah,
you've had plenty of opportunities. There's been plenty of sale. Like if you're really looking out for one, you're keeping your eye on people like Wario and other places that will alert you to save money on discounts.
I mean, if you couldn't save 399 in 4 years or in 5+ years, you got other problems.
I mean,
And
I wouldn't doubt that that there have been children who went mowing during the summers and bought them a PlayStation. I would not doubt it.
yeah, my nephew has almost raised enough for his PC at that, and he's just been mowing and cleaning trash cans and doing all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff. So I was like, yeah, you could definitely get it by now.
yeah. If there's a will, there's a way, right? And yes, it does suck that the prices are going up, but they're not going up without reason. Like as you guys were saying, the prices of everything, absolutely everything. I mean, even like, like there's no such thing as a dollar menu anymore at a fast food restaurant. You know, like things have like tripled in price. So it's that
I,
the gaming world is not untouchable. So it's just the sad, cold reality of it all. But I do hope that the people who are able to, that they go out and they get it now before it skyrockets. So
Agreed. Yeah, if you got it, go for it. Um, yeah, and like I said, like a lot of people make the mistake that like a lot of people don't have it, like because there's plenty of people out here that got it. Like yes, money is a factor, but it's a lot of people out here with plenty of bread that was just sitting and waiting or playing World of Warcraft or whatever they were doing, like just like BSing until they just wanted to get it that day. I don't think a lot of people realize how many people do that, like how many people don't have like the anticipation like build up and want to have this device ahead of time. So I don't know why people think like all these people who are running out to get a pro are just broke and they're just breaking the bank to go get a pro. Like no, like a lot of them were just waiting because they were like, oh, I'll just pick one up when Wolverine drops, or I'll pick one up when Soros drops, or GTA 6, or whatever that game is that's gonna make them change over. And it's not always just the pro. Like I said, I've seen people picking up the Slim, just ensuring that they have a PlayStation 5 in general. Some people only had a Switch too, um, and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of reasons why people are waiting, and whatnot. But yeah, as far as the other stuff goes, yeah, I think your stuff will be fine, Kay. I think, hopefully for Omar that yours last. I know somebody who just recently had stated that honestly, it's kind of a blessing. His started to go out and shut off, and he tried to clean it, and it didn't work. He plays a ton of RPGs, and I'm like, dude, it's a blessing it started to mess up last week because at least ahead of time because he was, um, and
mhm.
honestly, it was perfect timing for him. It kind of spurs him along because a lot of people, there's certain people that, again, like I said, they have it, but they'll sit, and think about it, or procrastinate. But this lit a fire under a lot of people. It sucks. That's what it takes sometimes, but it is what it is. But yeah, Omar. Lastly, here, what are your final thoughts before we move to the next topic here?
So yeah, I just mentioned it before, but we need to call out a few people out, and I've seen a few people try to target PlayStation like uh, not a not a good deal and stuff like that. I'm like, one, PlayStation literally just now offered a price hike while Microsoft had what, two or three? I think Microsoft is at three and PlayStation is at two. So it's insane that only now just they went with the price hike. And mind you, I'm not some fan of the price hike whatsoever. Again, I would be screwed over if my PlayStation dies and I need to get a new one. So with that being said, I am genuinely curious, and we talked about it, and I truly believe we could see a 1K console generation next generation. I truly think we could see that. I'm going to be, I am curious if that's what's going to happen. Besides that, yeah, no, there were people that wanted to get a PS5 Pro have already got one. Like we've seen mad people get it like a few months ago. Um, I bet you money these people are counting their lucky stars for pulling the trigger before the price hike. And about the price hike, come on, we're literally watching close to World War III happening in front of our own eyes, which explain why the price hike is a thing to begin with. Tariffs. So yeah, uh, the people that again trying to do a gotcha over the PlayStation because of the price hike, like, do we need to pull receipt with how Xbox is doing? Also, not to mention how what you call it, PC is doing with their prices. Stuff. Sit down. That's it.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least for you, you have a 4070 PC, which is a lot better than a lot of this trash that a lot of PC guys are trying to pawn off on people looking to get a PS5 Pro or even a PS5. So yeah, hopefully, warning to y'all. You see some of these stupid builds that people are recommending to y'all. Just understand they're recommending y'all PCs that they would not use and they do not use for good reason. Because a lot of these builds are terrible, and you will be upgrading very shortly with incredibly poor performance with some of these rigs that I've seen people recommending with these 8 GB VRAM cards and stuff like that, like the 5060. So yeah, do that if you want to. But yeah, I would stay away from that realm as well right now. Um, Unless you were already looking and you're you know getting a bundle deal or something, because that's really the only way to get decently priced RAM and SSD right now. um, but yeah, it's definitely not like some big W for PC right now, so I don't know why they're celebrating, because it's not looking good over there either. um, but yeah, next up, we'll run it over quick. This was a short show. um, the Xbox Partner Showcase happened um, this past week. It was pretty short. They had a few announcements take place. Like I said, I think the show was maybe 30 minutes. I think the biggest thing that they kind of, from my perspective, was that they announced quite a few things locked in for Game Pass. So most of the show, things that were shown were coming to Game Pass. Some of the stuff I question why the hell it's coming to Game Pass, but hey, I don't know. Sega's got some sort of locked in deal. That mistake or what have you they made on that initial contract seems to still be happening, or whatever's going on. because now they're talking about, their upcoming title also coming on there. So um, we'll see what happens there. They also got announced the Expanse is coming. The Expanse upcoming RPG is coming to Game Pass. Personally, don't care because I plan to buy that game, and I'll most likely be playing that on my PS5 Pro. Um, so yeah, doesn't really phase me none. But overall, the show was pretty boring for me. I think I fell asleep twice, which is amazing because the show was only about 30 minutes long. Um, but yeah, it definitely could have been like a blog post or something. But yeah, Weeb, how'd you feel about it, sir?
mean, sir, that tells me more about you than the showcase. Nah, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, they had quite a few games, but yeah, a lot of stuff already announced. I kind of hate that form of what they did with Stranger in Heaven. Like, okay, cool, you're dropping a trailer, and then like, yeah, we'll wait until the 6th of May to get to see the rest. To get a proper deep dive. Like,
Yeah, trailer for a trailer. Yeah.
exactly. Like, what's the point of the showcase then if you're not going to show it? I mean, I'm really excited by Strange in Heaven, and I hope they're gonna drop a release date at that deep dive. But I mean, yeah, like you said, could have been a blog post, could have been a tweet. Just like we were like, at least I was really excited and really anticipating them to show some, yeah, more. At least we know that's the only thing I got from it, is that it's crossed several time periods, which is pretty unique for well, it's not a Yakuza game, but it is sort of, I think, taking place in the same universe. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm really excited for it. I really dig it. I really hope that they're gonna go, yeah, more in depth in the showcase, and yeah, we're getting a date. And the other game that was excited for was, the Expanse, obviously, which, yeah, I think they said 2027 somewhere it's gonna drop. So yeah,
Yep. Spring.
yeah. So we're getting two Mass Effect like games next year, and we still haven't heard a peep of the actual next Mass Effect. So, yep, take that as you
Funny
will.
how that works, right?
Funny, yeah, exactly. I was a bit surprised that they're saying, yeah, we're gonna have a beta, which generally is what you think for multiplayer games, even though this is supposed to be a single player game. But yeah, guess we'll find out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it didn't really show a lot, really, just a bit of gameplay, which is kind of telling for the entire showcase. It didn't show a lot. It was a lot of stuff that from games already announced. A lot of smaller stuff, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad one. They definitely had some, the big names, like some titles, like mentioned. Those two were really the ones I were looking forward to, and um, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like a pony, but still think the PlayStation Save Play was definitely the better show of this year. It has more surprises. It had a bit of a better pacing. Interesting that I think, because I was thinking, who is the announcer, but I think apparently it was Aaron Paul, right? Who was doing all the voiceovers.
Yeah, it was Aaron Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how they. I
I,
guess that.
I guess for the dispatch announcement, they,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably. And then Mark says, "Hey, how much do you ask for actually voicing our entire showcase?" You know, I mean, it's fine, it's fine. I mean, yeah, and they're getting Dispatch finally, which they definitely should play. Um, yeah, I'm also a bit surprised that apparently Stranger in Heaven is also launching in Game Pass, because I thought that RGG was done with launching their games day and date in Game Pass, but
Same.
apparently they aren't. So I don't know if that's either Microsoft like pulled like their wallet, like they said, okay, yeah, we're making an offer you can't refuse, or maybe Kiwami 3 didn't do so well and they're like, okay, sure, we're good. Or they're like yeah, these people don't buy games, so yeah, it's either that or nothing, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much my impression of the showcase.
Cool. Morgan, how did you feel about the Xbox Showcase? Any highlights for you, ma'am?
Yeah, as far as my feelings goes, pretty much in line with what Weeb said. Um, they showed a lot of games that we've already seen. Like, an Xbox is getting a lot of games that PlayStation already has, like Wuthering Waves announcement, the Dispatch announcement, and that's not coming until summer. So it's like, damn, it's not even ready yet. Um, Repeating games that we've already seen, like the Eternal Life of Goldman. I mean, that's a really cool looking game, but it's like we've seen it already. Um, the uh, the Expanse, obviously, we're all looking forward to it, but again, something we've already seen. Um, and then Grave Seasons, another indie game I'm looking forward to, but that's been on my wish list for like a year now, so I've already seen it. Um, uh, the Super Meat Boy, seen it. Uh, the things that were a highlight for me, um, well, The Stranger in Heaven, yeah, seen it, and then Stalker 2 got some DLC, which is cool, I guess. Um, the highlights for me were the the artificial detective game. I think that was like the one of the last games they showed where
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like that, yeah, that little AI looking or robot, excuse me, detective in that post-apocalyptic looking world. Like he's like a detective that's, I guess, also a babysitter because that little girl was with him the entire time. I like the way it looked, visually, and it looks like it'll be cool narratively. So, I'm keeping my eye on that. I think that one's coming next year. Um, and then
Yeah.
oh yeah, my number one game, Bluey. Yeah, Bluey. I was looking forward to Bluey. Yeah, I was highly anticipating that
Yeah.
one.
Go
Um,
Bluey.
Go knockoff.
yeah. And that Forever Ago game, it kind of reminds me of that other Van game that's coming to PlayStation as well. That I also have wish listed that's coming out, I think, next month. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a similar looking kind of game. So I was like, that looks cool. Um, and then of course Hades 2 got the release date for PS5 and Xbox for
Yeah, that's your big one right
April
there.
14th. Yeah, that's a big one. I was like, I've been waiting on that, right? I've been waiting on that, like, because that's how that team always launches their games, right? Like they always launch on PC first, and then they come to Switch, and then they come to everybody else, right? So I just knew if I was patient enough, they would eventually make their way to PlayStation. And I'm happy that the announcement was like, oh, don't you won't have to wait too long, right? It's like in like 2 or 3 weeks, right? So I'm like, oh yes. Even though April's packed for me, I will definitely be making time for Hades 2 because I absolutely loved Hades 1. So yeah, I was excited about that one. Um, let's see. Other than that, I think that was pretty much it. Obviously, I'm looking forward to Stranger Than Heaven, but like I said, we already saw it. But yeah, it was pretty kind of menial as far as announcements that we haven't already seen. So in the new stuff, maybe there was like one or two things that I wanted to play. But yeah, it was kind of felt like a waste of my lunch break, to be honest. But it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't like, it was just all right. Like, definitely could have been just like, you could tweet this out. I would have been perfectly fine with that. But
Yeah, I mean that graphic they
yeah,
had at the end would have pretty much said it all.
yeah, that would have been good. But it wasn't a bad, like, they were quick with it. The format of it was good. They didn't
Agreed.
overstay their welcome. They just showed the games, and I think it was more about showing. I think for Xbox, this was more about showing all the games that are coming to Game Pass, and the games that are going to be play anywhere. I think that was more about what this showcase was about. Not necessarily
I
new
agree.
announcements, but to see like, hey, all the games that you saw that were coming that have been announced over the past couple years, these are all coming to Game Pass, or they're all going to be on, or they're going to be on Xbox Play Anywhere, or they're going to be on Xbox Play Anywhere. So I think if you're an Xbox owner, I can see why this showcase will be great for you, especially if you're like a Game Pass subscriber, and maybe you have an Xbox and a PC, or an Xbox and a ROG Ally or whatever. I can see why this showcase would be great for you, because it's like, look, all these games are already coming to my service, and I can just buy them once and play them on multiple systems. So I get why Xbox owner would be hyped with this. But as a PlayStation owner, again, stuff I've already seen, stuff I already have wish listed. So cool,
Or
I
already
guess.
played.
Yeah, or already played, right, with things like
Dispatch.
Dispatch and things
Yep.
like that. So yeah, it was cool. It was straight.
No doubt. Kay, any highlights for you, ma'am, from the Xbox showcase?
I thought that Alien Deathstorm game. It didn't really show too much, but
Yeah.
the concept looked interesting.
Okay.
Let's see what else. I wanted to see what more about that vampire, that hunter, the reckoning. That can either be something really awesome or something completely just. It's like it almost becomes like cheesy and like corny, you know.
That's from the makers of the RoboCop game, right? They did Napcom or whatever, or whatever the fuck they're called. I think they're the ones that made RoboCop.
Then
Gotcha.
Capcom is a publisher,
Oh, okay, never mind.
which apparently wasn't solvent, but still releasing games. I guess.
Okay, yeah, that was the opener, and it looked like it had potential to be cool. The vampire game.
Agreed.
Yeah. I would definitely wait for reviews and maybe watch someone, dive into it. See, if it's gonna be actually good or if it's just gonna end
Yeah,
up being kind of a cheesy mess, you know.
yeah.
But like I'm a sucker for like, stuff like that, like vampires, werewolves, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So like, yeah. Um and then like everyone else, Artificial Detective, I was like, "Oh, it looks like it's good." It looks fun. Um and an interesting world. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my eye on that one too. And then there's one that I wanted to see more of, that Musa game. That's like like a samurai or whatever. I felt like enough wasn't really shown, but it made me go, I would like to see more of that. See
Wait,
like what
samurai?
exactly
What
it is.
samurai game?
Like Musa, Moo, like SA.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're
Oh,
talking
I feel
Yeah,
about.
like.
It only showed a little bit of that.
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
might have. I might
I
have
have a
missed it.
question mark on that game. They didn't show enough.
That was remember, that was the one, and where it was like the feudal Korea game.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you have to take that back because Koreans hate samurai.
Well,
Racist.
I didn't know it was Korea. I just saw a guy with sword, and I said, "Cool."
You just insulted the entirety of
I
the.
Oh,
saw that
man.
myself. Oh, all I saw is a game a la Wukong. I'm excited.
That one did look good though. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
That is a great reminder, Kay.
Yeah. And then Grave Seasons looks interesting. It kind of like reminds me of like
Yes.
kind of going back.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I'm not really into those types of games like in general, but
Mhm.
like I mean like the style and the whole like but I mean I played Pokemon back in the day and that's what it was. It was like exactly that style of
Yeah.
you know of gameplay and how it looks and stuff, but like just watching it I really liked like the mystery like horror
Mhm.
theme of it, and it looks
Yeah.
a lot of fun, honestly. But that's all I got. I thought it was I didn't think it was I thought it was a decent show, and I liked how they were like, here's the games and we out. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. The pacing was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't waste no time. Omar, lastly here, what were some of your highlights, sir?
Yeah, so I started this one super late. I am so excited for a few ones. Morgan mentioned one, which is the very last game that they showcased, which is the detective one. That game looks so fun to play. I'm excited about that. It's called Artificial Detective. Um, Mota is another one that I'm excited about. Like I saw a dude with a samurai. I'm like, okay, samurai, whatever. I'm interested to see what's up with that. Um, Another one is Super Meat Boy. Um, Excited because I love a lot difficult games, so that's right up to my alley. A surprise one was Wanted. You basically control 5 aliens, and they all have different weapons. To like it's cartoony, it's weird, it's interesting, and the game of the show is Forever Ago, which is I feel like it's going to be a tearjerker about uh, a dude that fall in love, get married, and he is now alone. And I'm not sure what happened to the wife, but all I know it's gonna have phenomenal storytelling. I'm excited about that. Um, that's about it. The only thing that is a question mark for me is grave season. It show a little bit of farming, but then at the end, it show you that dark shadow monster. I'm like, what are you? And that's about it. Oh yeah, and Hades too, which not gonna lie, at first I thought it's Athena Lucas, but nope, Hades too.
Oh, what do you guys think about that? Was it multiplayer co-op player game? Behaviors behind it? Um, like was it like Serious Sam or something like that?
Yeah, I wrote
Where
it down,
it
but
almost
yeah, go ahead, say what you want to say.
just gonna say it almost wanted to remind me of like Borderlands, but like different art
Yeah,
style and obviously different
Yeah,
goals
Serious
and
Sam is
Ser-
a older IP. Like it's bringing it back from when it used to come out. Because I know a lot of people used to be fans of Serious Sam, so I
I
know
read
some people that
about
were happy
Serious
about that.
Sam.
But for me, nah.
Yeah, the issue with this one, it looks so fucking
Yeah,
corny.
same.
It like with Borderlands, the joke lands for the most part. With this one, I'm like, did we get teleported to 2014 or something like that? It's so fucking corny. Like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna play it, especially with the amount of games that are coming out this year alone. Uh,
right.
what about you? Are you interested?
Uh not really what what interested me more was like it gives me
Curiosity.
like it kind of like oh yeah the curiosity of like but also like it kind of reminds me of Borderlands and I like playing with other people with like a goal and like we got guns and like we're shooting stuff and
Oh yeah,
like
if
like
Hmm.
yeah
you want to play it, we can hop in and play it. Like co-op is always fun, but by itself alone, it
oh
felt
yeah
like
no I would not get it if I was like I'm playing this by myself for sure.
yeah.
Like it would be something of like there was nothing else to play, and I was like, you know what, I want to try that.
For sure. Uh, let's see here. Um, so we didn't get a chance to have this conversation. So people were flipping out about this last week because it, supposedly went live in the U.S. And it's got people panicking in the streets. But PlayStation Dynamic Pricing supposedly went live. It's supposedly been live in Europe and a couple other places for a while. Um, but now, it's got, people freaking out and they're like, oh, it costs $5 over here and it's 40 over here or whatnot. Like, I don't know. People are freaking out about this. Personally, I don't really, I'm not really tripping about this. I don't even know if they're going to leave it implemented or how this is going to work. PlayStation hasn't really elaborated um, on this. People are just kind of panicking on their own and kind of going with whatever they think they see. Um, you know, uh, I did see that uh, the cheap ass games account. I guess he saw like Stellar Blade for 26.99 or something, but everybody else saw it for 39 or something, and then um, I guess he was stating at one point it was that was the sale for him, and then everybody else is saying it was higher. But then there's also taking into account like Canadian prices. So some people, you just never know with people. You can't really trust most of these accounts on here to make an accurate comparison um, about sales of that nature. Personally, this still really doesn't affect me because if I really want a game, chances are I bought it day one anyway. Um, so again, like this is just more of a factor, I guess, for people who wait for a sale. Um, I'm not saying it's not like I get why people are like, well, why not just give everybody the maximum discount or whatever, right? Um, which is understandable. So I get people's concerns with that. Um, but I think some people are drawing like the wrong conclusion from this, as if like PlayStation is going to stop all general sales or something because someone's going to get that one game cheaper or something. Again, like I said, no one knows if it's just like this game's been in your wish list for 6 months, so we decided to give you an extra $5 off to see if that would be enough for you to buy it. Like no one really
That's
knows
what I
what it is.
read.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
that's
it
what I
seems.
read it is a AI algorithm that looks through your history, how often you play, how often you buy games, and it goes through that. And the goal is to incentivize people to buy more often,
Yeah,
or yeah, like what you just said, to encourage, hey, we know you've been wanting that for like 3 years and you haven't bought it by now after all these sales we've had. Well, guess what, we'll take off an extra $5. You gonna take it? You gonna take it? And someone might actually go, hey, I ain't gonna ever get a better price than that, I'm gonna get it.
no,
Exactly.
yeah, and I mean that's pretty much it, right? Like that's why personally I'm not tripping because the biggest thing I said to somebody I was like, if I've determined that I'm going to pay 11.99 for this game, nothing PlayStation does besides making that game 11.99 or cheaper is going to make me pull the trigger on that game. So it's like, so what exactly does the dynamic pricing do to me? Like nothing. You're either not going to make me, buy it, or you're going to make it 11.99. Like I don't. There's no if, ands, or buts about that. Like I mean, I don't know how other people work, but I have a pretty determinate, set where I'm like, all right, cool, that's the price I wanted at. Um, so I don't really know about all that. Personally, I'm more interested in PlayStation creating permanent price cuts to the PlayStation Store and some other stuff like that as digital becomes more of a big factor here going forward. I know Europe is currently engaging them on the monopoly with the PlayStation Store being the only place to purchase their digital titles. So hopefully some actual good actions come out of that and we get a better store overall. But yeah, the dynamic pricing is I'm just not concerned because I don't care that you got the game for cheaper because I have 15 ways to play a game if I really want to. And if I really wanted a game that bad, I would have bought it at day one or max price anyway. So, now obviously because and right now it's being, promoted and used as a discount, right? Now, obviously, if a game was day one and it's $70, and like they're like, oh well, you typically buy games for more, so your version is $40 more or something. Obviously, that would be a concern, but there's obviously consumer practices and things of that nature that would go against that. You can't just make a game's max price increase for one person while everybody else pays 70. Like, because I've heard people say that, and that's where I'm like, people clearly have the wrong idea about how this works. Um, Not to mention, it'd be pretty obvious if that was the case by just talking to anybody else to see that you had a different price, or you would see the MSRP in the store and be like, well, why the hell is my price different? So again, like people are acting like they live in a vacuum and they're not going to have the ability to compare or understand what's happening within their own store or what's available to them when that's completely not true. Um, but yeah, Kay, I'll pull you first. How are you feeling about this? Is it you feel unconcerned, or where are you at with this?
Um, I I honestly don't know what to think about it. Because I'm kind of on the same boat as you, as I don't think it would ever truly affect me. Because if I want a game, I'm going to get it, pretty early when there's not really discounts to be had. Um, but at the same time, I can see the argument of, well, if you're going to give, give the lowest discount to everybody then. Um, but it's like they're testing it, so it's not a for sure thing. Um, I really don't know what to think about it. It's it sounds like it should make sense, but then I also can understand why some people would be upset about it. It's like, well, they're just trying to incentivize someone who hardly ever opens their wallet, right? And so like if they have a tool that can get someone to open their wallet, then use that. But at the same time, because maybe PlayStation can afford to give that person a lower price, but not afford to give all of PlayStation players that lowest discount. So it can almost you could look at it as it's helping those people that really do need help the most, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because
I mean, I'd rather get
what
a
if
deeper discount on a game I actually want than something I
yeah,
don't want. So, yeah.
exactly. Um, so that's I don't know how else to say that those are my thoughts about it. Um, it should be interesting how they move forward with this. Um, I'm actually more upset that they took away the PlayStation Stars program.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
agree
pissed
Pretty
me
with
much
you
the
off.
that
on
same
that.
bad.
thing.
Come on. We don't
Like, that's the
deserve good
conversation
things
we all need to
according
be
to
having.
Sony.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that 100%. And Morgan has brought it up recently as well when we were talking about that, because like she said, she got plenty of them $10 and $5, and was getting plenty off. And like you said, it wasn't like you didn't earn it; like you had to spend money in the store to get it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it wasn't free. So yeah, I agree with you there. Um, let's see. Morgan, how are you feeling about this, ma'am?
Uh, yeah, I'm pretty like on it. Like it sounds like they're trying to, like Kay said, get people to remove that few games on their wish list that they're not pulling the plug on, trying to see what they can do to get people to finally open that wallet and spend money on their games, which cool, whatever. But that, at the end of the day, how I feel is this is why it's important that this lawsuit that Sony has right now, that they lose. and, and that they have to open up their digital storefronts to multiple stores, right? That we aren't just essentially stuck at PlayStation's will. Not saying that this pricing is bad or anything, but at the end of the day, if you want to buy digital, you're subject to whatever PlayStation decides, right? And this is why it's important that we get an open store that allows us to pick from multiple storefronts, right? Because regardless of what PlayStation does or their dynamic pricing or whatever they decide to do, future digital titles, we'll have options and we won't be
Exactly.
just subject to PlayStation. So this just kind of just leads into a bigger issue for me. I don't really care about the dynamic pricing so much, but this is just kind of folds into why I think or why I want PlayStation to lose this lawsuit. And like you said, and I've said before, I don't really care about them losing money and having to pay a fine. I want changes to occur. I want the
Exactly.
PlayStation to open up their digital storefront and allow us to be able to decide. So, hey, if PlayStation's doing this dynamic pricing with Stellar Blade, where somebody's getting it for $24 and everybody else is getting it for 34, but cool, I can go to Green Man Gaming and get it for 20. So who cares? Right?
Exactly.
Like that's why that is way more important to me than this dynamic pricing thing. I don't really care about that. I want PlayStation to open up their storefront and allow other digital storefronts to be able to be on the platform. I think everybody else has it. Even Nintendo's greedy ass has
Yeah,
it.
even
So it's
Nintendo.
like,
Yep.
you know, so it's like there's no excuse for PlayStation to just be kind of hold it out and be like, no, we're gonna hold you hostage. If you want to buy digital, you have to buy it from us. Like, nah, come on, bro. Like, I mean, that's one of the main reasons. Obviously, more than one is obviously for game preservation, but that's also another reason why you go with a disk drive. So you have options. So you're not just subject to the digital pricing that PlayStation puts out. You can just go to your local retailer and find the game. And it's usually cheaper than digital, at least, after release. So it's like, there's that. But that's why I also want that to be implemented with the digital storefront as well, right? We have so many options physically, but I want the same thing digitally, right? Because there are benefits to being a digital owner. So it's just like, again, the dynamic pricing, then kind of don't really care. I want this to be, I want a result to come out of this is my thing. I want this to lead to better pricing overall by opening up the store on PlayStation.
Agreed. Uh, Omar, how are you feeling about this, sir?
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Omar
He
feels
he feels
nothing. Yeah, just
You broke me with this one. I have nothing to say.
oh, okay, well,
that is a
Forgive me.
rare occasion.
Um,
man.
I'm more shocked that you have
I'm
nothing to say. So I mean, if you really have nothing to say, I mean that's cool. But I'm super shocked.
Mark this day down.
Oh,
Omar
yeah, we have to
said
write this down.
nothing.
This is the one rare occurrence where Omar has nothing to say. Wow.
I'm just I don't know. It's like
You were so outraged about that before.
He was hella outraged in the chat though when it first popped up.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like,
It's the end of PlayStation.
Now nothing. What happened to the outrage, Omar? What's going on?
Yeah.
I know there's a whole thing. So apparently it was a hoax, but then it wasn't. So I'm confused about it. I'm just like, if it happened, it happened. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's like, I would say this. Um, I didn't see it affecting me. If it so I read um that it was a hoax, that it's fake. So I'm not sure if it's fake or not.
I mean, I still don't believe it till I see it personally.
This is why I have nothing to say. Like, I was furious at it at the beginning, but after reading that it's a hoax, I'm like, is it not a hoax or not a hoax? I didn't see it. It didn't affect me. If it's legit, fuck you, PlayStation. If it's not, then fuck the haters. Like, yeah, do I have anger about it? Absolutely. We're consumers. You give them an inch, they take a mile. But if it's fake, then it's literally manufactured hate, which is it's tiring at the end of the day. Just play your damn games. Stop trying to manufacture hate. we got enough legit issue with publishers and developers already. We don't need manufacturers hate. Like when companies fuck up and try to fuck you over, call them out. But if this shit is false, it's fake, what are you getting out of it? I mean, this is why I'm done with this shit. If I have the feeling after reading, I feel that it's fake. If we get concrete evidence that is true, then we're gonna revisit the conversation. Other than that, it's fake.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. It is what it is. Yeah, but to your
Yeah,
point, to Thrifty, what you said in chat, it does matter if you get it early because there's no sale. That's what we're saying. So there's no principle if you're buying it day one because nothing is on sale. So
yeah, they were
in the digital store, you're buying it
sometimes.
at MSRP. There's no sale.
Sometimes some games can be discounted day one.
Yeah, that's PlayStation Plus stuff. That's different. I'm talking about MSRP. You're buying it day one, MSRP, no extra shit, no sales,
Oh
no
yeah, no,
nothing.
then no. Yeah, you do. This is why physical is better. Like I'm literally buying Saras for 66 euro. But if I need to buy it on
Are you
PlayStation,
sure?
it's gonna be 80 euro.
Are you sure it's €66?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which is a
Yeah,
phenomenal
I'm gonna let you
price.
do that because that's a whole nother thing dealing with European prices and stuff. Because I know sometimes you get the wrong version and you get the UK version when you meant to get the other version, and that yeah,
But
no.
PlayStation is no longer region locked, so
Yeah. Just,
The DLC is
mm,
wait, what?
yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh
You
yeah,
the
yeah, no,
fucker
no.
that told me that.
That that's true. That no. I remember.
Yo.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
I
no,
was
that's
like,
fair.
what?
Yeah, no. Yeah, yeah, that's
Fuck
fair.
you,
That's
Omar,
fair.
bro.
But but this is from what do you call it? From a Dutch
Yeah, I
site.
mean,
So
I get what you're saying. My point was, regardless, you have bought versions that you thought you were good on, put it in your PlayStation, and then went to get the DLC, and you couldn't because it was tied to a different store. That's all I was saying.
oh no, that I was literally buying accounts. Basically, I bought a game for 15 euro. That's right.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's when he does his own research.
so
I gave him that link so he
I
could.
got fucked over by that. It's a whole different
yeah,
conversation. But basically,
we gave you the safe link.
Fucking Omar, bro.
but yeah, no. But real talk though, they still doing it, but not on a global scale. Like for example, Wukong, I could have gotten Wukong for 30 euro. With they give you a new account that you own, but I didn't
Yeah,
go for
that
that.
sounds like you need to stop shopping on your own. That's what that sounds
I'm
like.
not doing that no more. That shit is literally at the beginning of the PS4 generation. We're
Oh my
moving
That man
on.
said he
god.
needs supervision.
Like,
True, true.
oh man. How you feel about this whole situation?
I mean, as soon as they announce it, and like that, everybody's like, "Oh no, how dare they!" Like, yeah, how dare PlayStation give me extra discount? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Where? Like, yeah. I mean, the only people is hurting is basically, the accounts that are like you mentioned, cheap as gamer, whatever it's called. That now has to log out because he might get a personal discount, which is
Hmm.
fairly obvious because you're getting prices like, oh no, I know, 26.55 or something like.
Yeah, it was like a
You
super
know,
weird price.
yeah, exactly, you know you're getting a special discount. I mean, it's fine, if you're like, that's the thing, like, people are acting like this is, oh, how dare they, like, they're they're charging different price for different people. Like, I mean, like, it's either that or everybody's getting the same discount, but the same discount is going to be like the this 29.99. Everybody's going to pay that, like, or some people are going to pay 26.55. I mean, who cares? If that's what they want to do, if they want to give you extra discount, that's fine. Like, the, I mean, I'm. You guys know me. I'm a physical gamer. I buy my games physical if I can. Sure. If there's a game that's only digital only and it's at a discount, I'm good. Like, fine, I'll get it. But you know, I mean, generally, I mean, I can get physical games like way cheaper than I can get them digitally, which is obviously we're all kind of annoyed by it that they're charging you basically the full retail price, and if they want to, then some, on the digital storefront, instead of giving you I don't know you know basically making it cheaper or whatever. Um, I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, like I mean, I like owning my games. I like having collection. You know, and yeah, I mean, they're cheaper for me, so I'm just gonna stick with physical when I can. So I mean, this doesn't generally affect me unless it's like a small indie game, whatever. They're gonna give me a discount on, and I'm fine. Like if they wanna give me a personal discount, I'm good. Yeah, curious how they're gonna do it. If it's indeed with your wish list, or if they're gonna base it on, okay, yeah, you bought, I don't know, in Omar's case, we noticed you like Metroidvania. Would you like to get a discount on this particular Metroidvania or whatever? Um, or maybe the opposite, when you're not interested in, like, hey, we know that you generally play, I don't know, Call of Duty. Maybe you want to
Hmm.
play I don't know, Uncharted or whatever, and we want to give you an extra discount. I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's fine. People are kind of worried about that they're gonna turn it around and say, like, oh yeah, we're gonna just charge people more, but like that's I think literally illegal. Like they can't discriminate pricing, so they have to give you a discount, right?
Yeah.
And even if they're gonna try to turn, like, oh yeah, yeah, we're just gonna raise the prices and give you a discount, they can't do that. Like that doesn't work either. So they have to give you a discount, and the only thing they can do is give some people a personal extra discount, like the same way, if you have PlayStation Plus,
Yeah, you get an
you
extra
know,
discount for having it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, cool, fine. I'm not bothered by it, and anyway, and I don't really see this
Yeah,
like
I don't understand why it's happened in so many fields already.
yeah, yeah.
You haven't been to the Nike store in a while, so the Nike store sent you an extra 20% off coupon. Like, I
Me,
mean,
me, I mean,
yeah,
my fucking supermarket has like the, oh yeah, yeah, oh, you bought that, I don't know, like a carton of milk, like last week. Oh yeah, we saw you like milk. Okay, here, you get 25% off or whatever. I mean, it's not that different, nothing unusual. But I guess because it's PlayStation, because it's Sony, people are upset about, because how dare they be be how dare they confuse me with their pro consumer wiles. I don't know. It is what it is now. But that, like I said, I'm not really bothered by it any way or the other. I don't care. So yeah.
cool, no doubt. Yeah, and then so lastly here, uh, we don't have as much news on this, but you guys wanted to cover it. It's gonna be a shorter topic. I don't really have much to say on this right now because I mean I don't trust Nintendo anyway, um,
Oh,
at all. But um, yeah, recently Nintendo put out like a PSA announcement stating that there would be price differences between their physical and digital, and obviously people were just like, "All right, cool, we're gonna get finally that difference where digital games are gonna cost less, like we always thought they should have, and physical will cost more." Um,
now
and
now
then
that I do care about.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with if it was working this way, but then of course, in true Nintendo fashion, uh, they said Yoshi would be the first thing to be affected by that, and then everybody's confused because Yoshi is apparently the same price, physical and digital. So people are confused about what exactly Nintendo meant. Um, so
No. What they have now announced that the new Yoshi game is
Hmm.
going to be the first one that's going to have the difference. You know that they're going to
Yeah,
charge
60 versus 70. Yeah.
exactly. But they previously announced the game was going to be 60 without any
Yeah, for
mention of
both.
for both.
Hmm.
Exactly. So they're saying, "Oh no, we're not increasing price. We're just we're giving you a discount if you buy digitally." But
Yeah.
but
So
you
basically, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. Bro.
No, you announced that the game was going to be 60, and without any caveat like, oh yeah, but physical is going to be 70. No. You said 60, and that so you literally admitted you're going to increase the price to 70. Like you're going to charge $10 more for physical
for
games.
physical,
Yeah, fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you. That's all I'm going to say about it. Go
no,
Yeah,
ahead,
I
Mel.
no,
initially,
no doubt.
no,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. No, I agree. Because I initially thought when it was first announced that they were just going to be doing, like, whatever the physical is, the digital is $10 less, right? I thought that's how they were playing it. Like,
Yeah, that's what I
okay,
thought.
like for example, let's use like Mario Kart World or whatever the fuck it was, the launch game, right? Like it launched at $80, right? I thought, okay, so since that was a $80 for physical, I thought maybe okay, so they're gonna sell it for $70 digital. But then we see that yes, like we've said, they initially announced the new Yoshi game to be $60 across the board for both digital and physical. But now they're like, well, we're giving you a discount on digital. Well, we're gonna keep it the same on digital, but for physical, yeah, we're gonna charge you an extra $10. That'll be $70, please. So it's like, oh fuck Nintendo. I was giving you kudos, man. Like I was on Thrifty, yeah, I think it was even Thrifty or Will Show giving them kudos about this new change. And then I come to find out, oh yeah, because I knew I was like, bro, there had to be some fucking Nintendo thing going on with this. I even said that shit. I was like, listen, there has to be some nefarious Nintendo playing going on with this. And I see what it was. It's that, yeah, we're gonna whatever we're charging originally, the price, yeah, you're gonna keep that for you if you're a digital owner. But if you are someone who likes physical, which as we know, the majority of Nintendo, unlike the rest of gaming, right? Whether it's PlayStation, Xbox, PC. Nintendo is mostly physical owners. People buy mostly physical. So now those people, which are the majority of the Nintendo gamers, are going to be essentially punished and charged $10 more because they like the physical version of their games, right? And I was saying on the show earlier this week that I think this is some sort of play to kind of get Nintendo in line with the rest of the industry. I think Nintendo wants people to move to digital because it's just it's a lot easier. It's a lot more money they can make on their storefront. They get 100% of the revenue that way, and I think they just want to move people to be more digital like everybody else. I think they see a lot of money in that. And so they're trying to incentivize people. And now they have they've joined the rest of the console manufacturers being Xbox and PlayStation, and now they have their own online service, right? Where they have like the subscription and you can get like the GameCube and 64 games and music and all that bullshit, right? Um, so I think they're trying to get people to be more on their online infrastructure. As we know, when it comes to hardware manufacturers, they make most of their money on the online games and services. And I think Nintendo sees that and that's what they want. And I think they're trying to kind of persuade people to be more digital, more people to subscribe to their what was it, NSO, Nintendo Services Online or whatever, and get more people to be digital on Nintendo. I mean, I could be wrong. Obviously, this is not me saying I know what the fuck they're doing. This is just a theory that I feel like Nintendo's trying to get people to be more digital because in the long run, that makes them more of a profit. Um, because yeah, again, I was like, wow, this is such a pro consumer move for Nintendo. That's so out of nowhere. Why would they do this? And then I see that it's actually not. It's very in line with the Nintendo theory of like, fuck the gamers. They'll buy it anyway. That's the Nintendo motto.
Yep.
Um,
And all,
So
and all
yeah,
Nintendo
that's
sales are slurping it up. Like, oh yeah, great! Like I always wanted to play more for physical games.
exactly. And now that they're, especially now with the controversy about the key cards and everything, about the game not actually being on the cards
Yeah.
for Nintendo games, and now you're mixing this in here where you're like, well, also, yeah, we are aware that a lot of our games aren't actually on the card, but also we're going to punish you if you want to buy the said games. Like it's like a lot of negative things mixing up when it comes to Nintendo's at least their storefront and the way they're managing their games like that. So yeah, everything is basically aligning correctly, as in I tried to give Nintendo kudos, but obviously this was a very anti-consumer practice that they're doing, that they tried to kind of frame as pro-consumer, saying that, oh, we're not actually overcharging you, like we're just giving certain discounts, we're just giving digital people a discount, and you should like this because obviously with digital you're not buying hardware, you're not getting a physical chip, so it makes sense, right? You should be happy you're getting a discount, right? That's what gamers want. They want digital to be different, so we did that for you. There you go. And they try to frame it as a good thing. But yeah, that's
and
crazy.
and look that I've heard that argument so many times. Yeah, it should be cheaper, on digital because you don't have to pay
Yeah.
retailers, you don't have to print this. But come on, like this costs like I don't know, fucking 10 of a cent or whatever. Like they're acting like it's 10 bucks more. Like that, no fucking way. That like if that was really like the extra cost, like they would have. There would be no way that the games would have been the same for everyone for
Hmm.
every platform so far. Like no fucking way. Like they make enough money on that shit. Like they're like, oh yeah, they're just they're doing this because I think they can get away with it. And they're gonna get away with it because it's Nintendo and their fanboys will just do whatever.
I wonder if this is a way to kind of subsidize for their hardware, because obviously everybody's feeling the burn of, we were just speaking about PlayStation's, price hikes with their consoles, right? And then Xbox had theirs. So I wonder if this is kind of their way to like mitigate that. Like, well, instead of, increasing the hardware, we're just gonna increase the software. We're gonna charge people $10 extra for physical games, right? I don't know if that's what they're doing, but
Nintendo doesn't need to do shit. They're good. Like people buy their hardware. They're like it's
oh yeah,
cheap as
not six or
hardware.
seven cities. You're
They
right.
they 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 ma- they make a profit of every piece of hardware sold. Their games have
It's
a
true.
ridiculous retention rate. Like they sell 30 million copies
Oh yeah,
every
that
game.
what's that game that just took off, the Pokemia or whatever, the Pokemon Animal Crossing kind of
Pokemon
thing
Pokopia.
game. Yeah, Pokopia. That shit has been bonkers. I've been seeing that the sales of that game go crazy. So I already know they're doing well.
So the only basically it's yeah, as Omar would say, FOMO, like the thing. Yeah, like you said, like PlayStation is making a shit ton of money. Well, okay, Xbox isn't because they're Xbox, but I
True.
mean, they're saying, "Oh yeah, 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 we can make a shit ton of money with digital." That like this is why fucking you can complain about all of these platforms, but Nintendo is fucking greedy as fuck. Like they're the only company that they're just like, "Oh yeah, remember all those classics that you could just buy
Hmm.
like last generation?" Yeah, no, no, no. You need a subscription, and we're gonna drip feed you those games, and you're gonna love it. That you just have to pay subscription to play our old ass games, from the fucking 8-bit generation. Like, fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you. Like, if greed had a name, is gonna be Nintendo. Like, it's
Oh
fucking
man.
yeah. And this is just another nail in the coffin of Nintendo. Like, again, they're gonna be successful with this. People gonna like, but that's the thing. Like, you know normally with Nintendo, like I'm like I have a Switch too. I mean there's so many games that I've bought and never played, but I'm good with it. Like I buy the game because I know it's not gonna drop in price anyway, so it's fine. You know, and I'll maybe get around to it or I don't. But now I'm like, okay, like you gonna fuck me over because I want to own my game. You gonna charge me $10 more just because I don't want to buy a fucking license. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm not gonna buy this game because I know I'm not gonna play it anyway anytime soon. So maybe I'm just gonna skip this one. Again, I know that's just me, and I know that their game's gonna sell gangbusters. It's not gonna make a difference, but I mean that for me personally, that is the consequence of their actions because they think they're gonna just screw me over. Like, okay, cool. Like the Yoshi game, like when they announced, like, okay, man, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe it's not for me, but I like the sort of it looked interesting, sort of the yeah, almost I don't know, Pokemon esque aspects they had, like or the sort of exploration aspects they had, like exploring the creatures you could find. Like it looked interesting. And like, okay, maybe I'll get it, just out of curiosity, and I'm not gonna finish it, or maybe I'm not gonna touch it for a year or whatever. I don't care. Like I might get it just out of because it looked interesting. But now I'm like, fuck him. Like it's not a game that's high on my list to play, and I'm like, you know, they're like, I might just skip it because they're clearly I'm not interested in the physical gamer, and they want to screw me over, and I'm like, okay, sure, then I'll. Yeah, I mean that might be a consequence, at least for me, and maybe for other physical gamers who are like, yeah, screw you, Nintendo. Like, I'm not just gonna give you a blank check anymore. I'm not just gonna buy a game because because you're Nintendo. Like, I, I at least like to pretend that you care, or at least pretend that you're not trying to fuck me over. And I know Nintendo's trying to fuck everybody over, but yeah, this is just like typical Nintendo. And I mean that and again, this is so funny because it clearly relates to the pricing topic of PlayStation, where everybody's outraged because they give people literally personal discounts, and now Nintendo is pretending that they're giving a discount, but literally just raising the price for physical games. And people are like, oh yeah, good go Nintendo. Like you show you show Sony how it's done. Like yeah, don't give them extra discount. Just charge them more. Like, and we love it. We love it, Nintendo. Good going. Like, yeah, fuck them. Fuck everybody. I'm up.
Morgan, did you have anything else to add? I know
Oh
you were
no, no, we've
jumping in,
had it.
so
No, no,
okay.
no, you're good. We got it.
All right, Kay.
There is nothing else that I could really say on top of Weeb and everyone else, honestly. Fuck Nintendo. How dare they? As usual, per usual.
All
Um,
facts.
Facts.
I will say that I will say that I have not bought anything Nintendo since the GameCube, so I really have no say.
Yeah, there you go. They ain't enticing you none, so. uh,
But I
and
don't want them to give any. Don't let them give anyone else ideas though, because we should
understandable.
not let anything. We shouldn't let anything
God,
pass.
just imagine if that became like, industry wide. That
Yeah.
like Jesus. That's the
Hmm.
thing though, because this crap was gonna sell, because we know it is, because
It
Nintendo
is.
fans don't give a shit. So I don't want PlayStation or Xbox looking at this shit and be like, wonder if that'll work over here. We should try that.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah, people
I
gonna
feel
forget
you.
about that dynamic pricing real quick.
Nah, I feel you. Omar, anything else to add?
Yeah, so unlike the previous topic, this is not manufactured uh, issue. This is legit issue. When is the last time Nintendo have ever gave a legit discount?
Never.
So here's the thing. Also, do you guys remember when Nintendo announced that Ultimate Rare Super fucking Deluxe Edition for that Mario game? They
Yeah,
discounted
I
it
mentioned that too last week. Yeah, I was.
and then brought it back.
They were like, "Oh no, wait, actually,
Like,
we have tons of copies."
like they literally sold you a carton box. So, with that being said, I'm not surprised. Nintendo have been the most anti-consumer from all the big three companies, and nobody say anything about that because it's Nintendo. They're not competing, even though they literally pay millions to undercut PlayStation and Xbox with exclusivity deals. Oh, it's harmless. So no, we're not doing that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it fucked up what they did, and people are never gonna learn with Nintendo. It's Nintendo. They can get away with murder, which is why we're seeing now two conflicted reports. One saying that sales are absolutely abysmal for Switch 2, and the other saying our sales are doing well. So you're like, who do you believe? But I do feel like with Switch 2 they are fucked until the new Pokemon game comes out. And as for the pricing, I don't think they will ever, like, who is going to force them? There is no rule of law. There is no actual organization that can dictate to Nintendo what they can and can't do, which is why they can get away with murder. But at the end of the day, it's not even $10 they were able to give you discount, which is laughable. So the next time you want to complain about PlayStation, and I am absolutely behind you, complain. Just remember, if you're a Nintendo fan, you have no right to complain.
Cool. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Um, it was a lot of
Thank you for
fun.
hosting.
Yep, no problem. We got through all these topics. It's time to eat. It's
Yeah.
time to game, um, and enjoy the rest of this Saturday. Thank you for everybody who came through. The chat super active as usual, bringing up a bunch of good points and stating how they feel about some of these more controversial topics. But yeah, we're gonna get to our outros. Okay, where can the people find you, ma'am?
You can find me on X at Kaylee1103
How dare you?
and Otter Nation.
We don't say X on here.
X,
Nation.
Twitter,
Otter
Yeah.
Nation.
Otter
Weave.
Nation.
Where can the people find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter, ma'am. Um, as the Weep Sheriff at Infinite Rhizome, as well as Blue Sky, if I can be bothered to log in there. Yeah, and of course, Other Nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.
Morgan, where can the
Oh
people
yeah,
find you, ma'am? Oh,
and
go ahead.
fuck Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
No, just
Yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at Chill Bandit and PSN at Chill Bandit 336, where I will be gaming like crazy, as April is probably one of the busier months for me, particularly as there are like 16 different indies I want to play. But I'm not a complainer. I'll take every game I can get. I'll make the time, as I always do. And let's yeah, keep it gaming. I know that there's sad news with the pricing and inflated prices of games and hardware, but there's always the bright side that there are still some great creative games out there, even if the AAA industry isn't always doing it. The single A and double A are most definitely. So we have a lot to look forward to. At least me personally, I can't wait. Some of my most anticipated games are like single A, double A. But yeah, let's keep it gaming, and hopefully we'll have more positive news to talk about next week. But yeah, Otter Nation.
Oh,
Otter
nation.
Nation.
Otter Nation. And as usual, Omar is late by over 24 hours posting in our chat. You guys can't see the chat, but Omar always posts stuff that we literally already discussed like 24 to 48 hours ago, posting about
Yeah, no, I'm
the
putting it
CEO
just I
comment.
am saying that's an L comment, like
Wait, what? Duh.
mm, yeah. But yeah, shout out to everyone that came through. Hit that like button, to the stream out. And you can find me Carbon Job on Twitter. And yeah, let's hope the world survive the next week with the current affair at hand. See you next week.
Yep. And as usual, I am your host, known as Innate, or as the real Innate on Twitter and Blue Sky. But yeah, ultimately, man, uh, everybody that watches the show, you already got y'all hardware, so like us, y'all ain't really got nothing to worry about. As far as your current stance with your hardware. Shout out to everybody, who's about to be enjoying that pro life. I saw Jazz Light Games. She just got hers. She went and did the trade in. You know, uh, and then another one of my JRPG mutuals just got his. The guy that I was saying earlier that his PlayStation 5 was acting up. So thankfully he did his job. He did what he was supposed to do and traded in towards the pro as well. So yeah, a lot of people getting them trade-ins in, or buying it outright, making sure they're secure to play some great games for the future. Whether you're on the pro, or like I said, even the people who are getting the slim, making that decision ASAP, picking it up for a decent price. So you can assure you have access to a lot of these great games that are coming. Because yeah, despite all the craziness, man, it is not dampering the quality of some of the games that we are getting. And yeah, coming up, like I said, in April is about to be crazy. I cannot wait to play Replace. That's probably my most anticipated game for April. I'm also obviously really excited for Pragmata after playing that demo. Still got to decide where I'm going to play that. But yeah, so many great games. So hopefully everybody, we can ride out this storm and get things back to business as usual, get these console prices back down, and keep it moving. But yeah,
Don't
again,
forget Inko
oh yeah, and yeah, of course, Incombini coming out as well. Yeah, so many good games. I'm super looking forward to that because that demo was awesome. Such a relaxing game. It don't always got to be intense. Sometimes you just want to relax with a game, so always important. But yeah, with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Otter Nation.
Oh, nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.